Happy New Year, everyone! Hi, I'm back. Do you remember me? Do you even know who I am? Thanks, Chromavision. Thanks for the 42 months. Oh my god. And yes, thanks. I was just saying to Chromavision before the stream started, I was like, why my hair is really good right now, and it's just unpredictable. I don't know when it's going to be good and when it's going to be not, but it's got some, I don't have a lot of hair, so when it has any volume, it's very exciting, and it has some volume, and I didn't do anything differently. It just sometimes has a mind of its own. It does what it wants, and today it wanted to behave, which I appreciate, since I'm, you know, doing this. I'm on camera, so I appreciate it cooperating today if it was going to at all. But hello, Chromavision, and hello, everyone. I'm back after my long hiatus. I expect this to be a fairly chill stream, as anyone who's been following me for a while knows that anytime I take any length of break, even if it's like 1 week, let alone 2 months or whatever this last one was, that I have to like remember how to stream again. So I think I remembered to do all the things that I need to do before starting this stream, so yay. But that is also why I wanted to play Mass Effect during this start Mass Effect this past little while, because it's a game I know well, so I felt like I could take a long break and be able to jump back into it, no problem. Now, the only trouble is it has now been a long time since I played this specific Shepard, my stream Shepard, so we're gonna remember together what I've done as this Shepard. We're not too far in the game, so that's the good sign. But yeah, Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you had good holidays, good time off if you got any. I hope you did. Yeah, I had a pretty good time. It was pretty chill. I just, you know, went and visited some family and got a pretty good haul for presents and stuff, including hey Saberni, speaking of people I visited over the holidays, yeah, I got new dice, which doesn't, I wonder if I could, I feel like they're hard to show off on camera. I'll maybe try and find the one where it's easy. I got more liquid core dice. So can I find, what's a good one? Is the D20 maybe the best one for being big? For being a big one. Let's find it. Let's find it. It's in here somewhere. Well, there's the the D8 probably you can see pretty well. They're little liquid cores with eyeballs in them. So the eyeball moves. Oh, there we go. The eyeball moves in the liquid. And yeah, it's jiggly. It's wiggly. When you roll it, the eyeball goes So I can't actually show you the iris, and you can kind of see it, but it stays upright, so you can't actually, oh, maybe there, you can kind of, okay, yeah, okay, there's, I was like, the refraction on this angle, you can kind of see the iris and pupil. But yeah, anyway, it's lots of fun. I've been using it in our Call of Cthulhu games, because it's, you know, that seems an appropriate time to use it. So that's a fun one. Yeah, and I got some practical presents, which was nice. I have spent the last 3 days cleaning my room, because this long hiatus from streaming wasn't because I was on holiday the whole time. I was working for a good portion of that, and most of you know, but in case anyone's here who doesn't, I work in film, so when I'm working, I'm like, it's all I'm doing. So my room always becomes a disaster. It was already kind of a disaster going into this film and just got more so as the film went along, and then went straight into having to catch up on all the Christmas stuff that I fell behind on that snuck up on me because this film went to like the 17th of December, and then was out of town and all that kind of stuff. So I came back and was like, before I stream, I like, even if I have to delay another week, it's I'm only allowed to stream again if I actually clean my room and like get a good vacuum in. I used Lindsay Rosale Play has like a carpet rake for cat hair, so I carpet raked my room, and that was a horrifying thing to behold. Because it had needed that for a long time, and then vacuumed and then reorganized some drawers so I could fit more stuff into the drawers, and then vacuumed again, and then reorganized some other stuff just around my room, and then today and last night I started, but mostly it was today's job was to clean out and reorganize my desk drawers and desktop, because my desktop, my physical desktop, not my computer desktop, was just full of papers and random knickknacks that I just was discarding here willy-nilly. So that was huge. That was truly an all-day affair. But now my desk looks like a desk, which is lovely. And I've organized some stuff, and everything is is looking, I don't know, more findable now, hopefully. So, yeah. So, yeah, that was my holiday adventures. That's what I've been up to since I last streamed. I'm very excited to play more Mass Effect. I've been itching for it. I haven't had much time to game since I last streamed, but I did do some off-stream stuff for this playthrough of Mass Effect, so I have to remember what I did. Fortunately, Mary of the Past did think to keep track of stuff in a notebook, so I was keeping track of missions that I had gotten and that were done, and I was starring the ones that I should complete on stream and double starring the ones that I thought should fully be on stream for side quests. All of the main quests will do fully on stream, and kind of keeping track of stuff there. Wow, I'm sorry, that page turn was right into the mic. That was probably so loud. Yeah, but I didn't write down like a previously on, so we're going to do that off the dome and try and remember together where we're at. But like I said earlier, we weren't that far in, so I don't think there's too much for me to recap, and I should remember more or less where we're at. It's just like what I'm going to do now. But again, this notebook seems to kind of have told me what I should do next. So great news. We're probably going to be mostly doing side quests today. We'll see. It depends how fast they go, I guess. My goal would be to do a bunch of side quests and then maybe end the stream starting with the next major mission, so that we can like dive right back into a major mission on the stream following that next week. But we'll see. I'm not going to put, again, we're just getting back into the flow. I was cleaning all day, so I'm sleepy. So we're just going to vibe. We're going to play it by ear. I'm not going to put pressure on myself to get to the next main mission. If we don't get there, that's fine. But as seems to happen when I'm doing stuff off stream, I will find stuff that I'm like, oh, you don't have to see this whole mission, but maybe I will show you like a screenshot. The other thing that happened is I did take video of 2 things that happened, because One was, I forgot that when you leave the Citadel after, wait, maybe I'll do my recap first, because then I can explain the side quest stuff that happened off stream. So, recap. We're playing as Commander Shepard, who is our character. We got to make up. Our first name's Christine, after Christine Chapel. I like to name my Shepards after cool sci-fi ladies. We were raised on Earth as an orphan who escaped the gang life on Earth by joining the Alliance military, which is the Systems Alliance human military. So that's the Space Marines, as you might call them. So this takes place way in the future when humans have spread out across the galaxy, discovering that it was already settled. There's a bunch of intelligent spacefaring alien life that have already spread out across the galaxy, so we are sort of latecomers to that larger society of many different aliens. The central hub of this society is a giant space station known as the Citadel, which is basically a giant city in the form of a space station where a bunch of embassies for various alien races are. The council is there, the council being 3 aliens from the 3 most powerful, get to the keepers, we will, the 3 most most powerful, most influential of the alien races. So we have the Turians, the Asari, and the Solarians. And so there's one of each on the council. It's a big thing for other alien races. It's a big deal if you get invited to be part of the council. So that's kind of what other alien races are pushing for and hoping for. But those that aren't on the council do have embassies, including humans, on the Citadel. The Presidium is like the central fancy part of the Citadel. That's where all the embassies are. It's where all the fancy people are. It's where Citadel Tower, which is where the council meets, are. And then there's the wards, which are the arms of the Citadel, which is like the more like normal neighborhoods. But secretly the keepers are the most powerful. Okay, low-key true, because what's interesting to know about the Citadel, and also something known as the Mass Effect relays, the mass relays. So mass relays are what we use to travel faster than, like, ships can travel faster than light, but mass relays will like zap you pretty instantly from one solar system to another. The mass relays and the Citadel, these huge achievements in technological advancement, are relics of mysterious ancient alien species known as the Protheans, who have been gone for some 50,000 years, but had left behind lots of technology. That's how humans started to become spacefaring aliens themselves, is we found some Prothean ruins on Mars. So the Citadel is one of those, and one of the things that is kind of mysterious about the Citadel is it was this giant abandoned space station because no one knows what happened to the Protheans, but the Keepers were there, and the Keepers are like little green kind of bug-looking aliens that they maintain the Citadel. They keep it running smoothly. They fix it. It's a whole thing. So yeah, so the Keepers are very important, actually, Chromavision. So we have there's a whole side quest where you're scanning them and trying to learn more about them because they're kind of mysterious as well. But speaking of Protheans and the technology they left behind, we started the game going on the shakedown cruise of our new ship, the SSV Normandy, which is a human ship, but it was a collaborative project between the humans and the Turians. Big deal because we did at one point go to war with the Turians because of a misunderstanding called the First Contact War when we first arrived into the larger galactic civilization. Little oopsie. Keepers greater than Protheans, greater than humans, greater than the rest. Yeah, I mean, listen. But yeah. we so we were on our shakedown cruise under the leadership of Captain Anderson, who we love, where the idea was to take the Normandy to a human colony known as Eden Prime, which is this lovely little idyllic, like I said, human colony. Yeah, Space Dad, Captain Anderson. We were meant to go to this colony to check out. They had found Prothean beacon, some sort of Prothean technology. So we were all very excited about that, so we were going to go check it out. But coming with us was a Tyrian Spectre. The Spectres are basically super secret agent, above the law, intergalactic spy type super powerful agents of the Citadel Council. So they answer directly to the Citadel Council, and the idea is they go on super special missions for them and can kind of do whatever they want. So a little bit sketchy in that regard. But this Tyrian Spectre named Nihilus was coming on the trip with us, so there was some suspicions that this was not just a normal shakedown cruise, and talking to Anderson and Nihilus, we found out that was the case. Actually, I think that is when was revealed that we had found a Prothean beacon. So Nihilus was going to watch us in action and see if we would be a good fit as the first human Spectre. So big honor. Exciting, all that, but things immediately went awry. Before we'd even arrived at Eden Prime, we got a distress message from Eden Prime and the Alliance officers and soldiers stationed there that some gigantic ship full of Geth had arrived and was attacking the colony, the very peaceful colony. Geth are alien robots that were made by another species known as the Quarians. The history there, this is like 300 years ago or something like that. The Quarians were doing experiments with virtual intelligence. They developed into artificial intelligence. This was the Geth. They rebelled. The Geth rebelled against the Quarians. There was a big old war. Geth equal chat GPT. Well, the whole thing with Geth is like that the more of them there are together, the smarter they are. They have like a Neuralink thing, which is how them getting smart enough to like kind of self-actualize kind of snuck up on the Quarians. But yeah, so the Geth rebelled. There was a big war between the Geth and the Quarians that the Geth won, so the Quarians were forced off of their home planet. The Geth chased the Quarians out, but did not pursue them beyond. Once they were kind of clear of their home territory, the Geth left them and have stayed in an area known as Beyond the Veil, the Perseus Veil. They've stayed. The Geth have kind of stayed there, minding their own business, and the Quarians have been a nomadic people ever since. But now the Geth are on Eden Prime, attacking. What the fuck? They're supposed to be just chilling behind the Perseus Veil, so what's that all about? I don't know. They must be interested in the Prothean beacon, but why? And that's what you missed on Detroit Become Human. Yeah, exactly. And then Nihilus, the Spectre, went ahead of us because he works better alone, and he met up with another Spectre, another Tyrian Spectre specifically, named Saren, and was like, hey, what the fuck? I didn't know you were going to be here, Saren. And Saren's like, oh, yeah. Yeah, no, totally. The council definitely sent me here thinking you needed backup for sure. And Nihilus is like, oh yeah, well, it's pretty crazy here. What's with the Geth being all around? And Saren's like, you bet, and then shot him in the head. So Saren, big old traitor, and the Geth for some reason seem to be following him, despite the fact that common belief is that the Geth hate all organic life. So what's that all about? So Saren goes after the beacon, gets to it, uses it and then leaves with the intention of blowing up all the area around the beacon, the Prothean beacon, and leaving us all in the dust. But don't worry, we stopped everything from blowing up. We accidentally also used the beacon and the bacon. We also used the beacon. It gave us a really messed up, kind of disjointed vision of a lot of destruction and death and scary stuff. And then it exploded. Oops. So now the beacon doesn't exist anymore. And so, yeah, so then we went back to the Citadel to be like, hey, one of your Spectres has gone rogue and is attacking human colonies. Do something about it. And they were like, there's no proof. So then we got a bunch of allies who helped us track down proof that Saren was working with the Geth and up to no good, but also found out that he was working with Matriarch Benezia, who is like a well-respected Asari leader. So that was that shook the Asari counselor. She was upset about that. But yeah, so they we got the proof by like finding a recording of them having a conversation about finding the conduit and bringing back the Reapers. So we don't know what the conduit is, but it seems like we should get to it before Saren. And the Reapers, it turns out, we learned from a Quarian friend of ours, the one who had the recording and knows a lot about Geth and was able to like do some shit with Geth to get all this information. Her name's Tali. Hold on. Oh, no, that's Tali. I should just get her. This is Tali. She'll sit here. Tali basically was like, the Geth seem to believe that the Reapers are an ancient race of machines that are responsible for the disappearance of the Protheans, and we're like, huge if true, because that's a big mystery, is what happened to the Protheans 50,000 years ago. So, with all this being cleared up, Saren is now officially declared a rogue Spectre, and we were made into the first human Spectre with the mission of tracking down Saren and bringing him to justice. So to that end, we were given the Normandy, we were given control of the Normandy. So we no longer answer to Captain Anderson, except in our hearts. Yeah, and we've been going around getting some buddies to help us out with this mission, including the first main mission we did, other than the opening ones, was, and I guess the last thing we did on stream pretty much, was we went and tracked down Matriarch Benezia, aka Saren's ally. We went and tracked down her daughter, and discovered that she didn't know what was up. She's kind of weirded out by the fact that Benezia seems to be working with Saren. But her daughter, Benezia's daughter, whose name is Liara, is a paleontologist? Archaeologist? I can't remember what the difference between those are, but she studies Protheans and goes to like ancient dig sites and stuff. And so Liara is an expert on Protheans, so that's good news for us, and also maybe would have insight on her mom. She didn't have too much to say, unfortunately, but she's also a cool biotic Asari, so there's that. Yeah. Whew, what else? Oh gosh, that was so much. Oh yeah, she's part of that was Liara was talking about how you believe she's a Scientologist. I mean, I don't think so, but you know, that doesn't really, you don't get the chance to ask her straight up. But she has like noticed a pattern, and like she thinks there's been like a pattern of extinction happening every 50,000 years, and that like the Protheans were just like the most recent part of that. So she's like, what's up with that? And we're like, oh, well, we think it's because of these Reapers things. So that's all that we got to offer for that. Well, I just talked so much. I'm gonna like chug all this water and need to pee before we've even gotten started. So I guess that brings us to what I did off stream. Nothing too important really. Let's maybe jump over. Let's see if I can. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so this is just a screenshot. So one of the side quests we had that I was doing off screen is on the Citadel we ran into a diplomat named Nassana Dantius, an Asari diplomat. And she told us that her sister had been kidnapped by pirates or something to that effect, and that she had paid the ransom and not heard anything since. And she wanted us to deal with it because she's not supposed to respond to threats like that, so she could get in big trouble for it. So we went to go find her sister and rescue her sister. We killed a bunch of slavers, and as you can see from this pop-up that happened after we killed a bunch of slavers and read from the computer, you discover evidence that the Asari leading these slavers and Nassana Dantius, an important ambassador on the Citadel, the one who told us to go after her, are sisters. You should return to the Presidium and confront Nassana with this. So, yeah, we killed her sister because she was attacking us, and we gotta let Nassana know that that's what happened. What the fuck? We also had a mission where we were looking for a missing Exogeny survey team, Exogeny being like a scientific group. Well, there's scientists that work for them. The group itself is like, they're a corporation of some sort. We found all of them. They had been turned into husks, which are like cybernetic zombies, basically, that seem to be created by the Geth. We saw a bunch of them on Eden Prime. That accounts for all the Exogeny survey team. They were converted into cybernetic husks by devices similar to those used by the Geth on Eden Prime. How they came to be buried on a frontier world so far from Geth territory is a mystery. I only bring this up because we also saw this cool funky thing that seems to look like, it looks very Geth technology. And there's weird glowing inside. We found that in the area. And then finally, we had been asked by a fella on the Citadel to find his missing brother. He couldn't, the ship that his brother was on had gone dark. Nobody had heard from them. He was worried that they had been attacked by pirates or that had some sort of disastrous malfunction. Either way, bad sign. So we went out to their last known location, and from there we're able to find them. And unfortunately, he has passed away. So you have discovered the corpse of Captain Willem of the MSV Majesty. His stiff fingers are wrapped tightly around a small data pad. So yes, we took the data pad, and he was indeed murdered by pirates. So that was terribly unfortunate for him, alas. But then the next thing that happened is, because another thing that happened last stream was that we, that's a very like loopy salute. I can tell. That's what that is. We were interviewed by a reporter, Binsini Al-Jalani. Yeah, let's go with that. I looked down at my keyboard to see if that is what a 7 would be. Yeah, and yeah. Anyway, I got you. The interview went fine. We were like pretty chill with our answers. We kept our cool, even though there were some kind of gotcha questions in there, but we were pretty chill about it. But we were like, fuck Saren and he's rogue Spectre. We did out that. So I forgot that like immediately leaving the Citadel, which I should have done so that you would have heard it, that Admiral Hackett calls you. And Admiral Hackett, this is kind of our first time with him talking to us directly, so it seemed sad to not have it, so I went back and recorded it. We have heard his voice before. He was in the intro of the game. Him and Udina and Captain Anderson are the three fellas chatting at the very beginning of the game. But it's kind of our first interaction with Hackett in-game. He has also off-stream called me several times to give me all sorts of different missions. So, but also another randomly triggered thing that would happen as I went around was I got a call from a fella named Kohaku, who we had found his Kohaku he's part of the Alliance military. His team had gone missing, so he was trying to find them. We found them first. We followed a distress signal, found out that his team had followed the same distress signal and that it had been a trap, that it led them straight into the middle of a thresher maw nest, thresher maw being giant space worms, basically, think tremors, and that we actually have experience with. Our other part of our backstory is that we were once part of a team of 50 people that we were the sole survivor of thresher maw attack. So, yeah. Basically the same thing had happened to Kohaku's men. We went and told Kohaku this, and then he also called us. So I recorded that as well because it was not triggered by a place you go to. It was triggered by amount of time passing. So I have both of those recorded here. I will real quick play those.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Commander, Miss Al-Jalani's story on you just aired.
This is
She shouldn't have ambushed you like that, but you handled it pretty well.
We had differences of opinion, sir. I hope she at least believed my sincerity.
You handled yourself pretty well, Commander. She came across like a raving idiot. There is one other matter, however. The Citadel has been trying to play down Saren going rogue. It makes the Spectres look bad. Your mention of him was politically inconvenient.
Oops. I'm sure Saren inconvenienced the people he killed on Eden Prime, too.
I'm on your side, Commander. Remember that. This comes from the Joint Military Command. I won't keep you any longer. Fifth Fleet out.
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
Shepard, this is Admiral Kohaku. I found out who set that trap for my men. The ones killed by the Thresher Maw. Damn, I hope you get this message. It was a group called Cerberus. An Alliance Black Ops organization. Top secret, highest level security clearance. They vanished a few months ago. Dropped right off the grid. Nobody knew where they went or what they were up to. They've gone completely rogue, Shepard. They're conducting illegal genetic experiments, trying to create some kind of super soldier. I don't have any proof, but I found the coordinates for one of their research worlds. I'm uploading them with this message. They're completely out of control. Somebody needs to stop them. I've done my part. Now it's up to you. This is probably the last you'll hear from me. Cerberus is after me now. I need to disappear before they find me.
Good luck, buddy. Yeah, so with that, I think we can jump into the game proper. Let me just turn that audio back on, and then hopefully any second now, it'll pop up onto the screen. Any second now. There we go. And we can jump into it. It's only been like half an hour of explaining everything going on. Hey, you know what? It's been a while. I think it's not too bad. Yeah, so I think where I left off was, this is Garoth. This is the fellow whose brother we found.
Any news? Did you find my brother yet?
I found your brother's body. His ship was attacked by privateers.
Willem's dead? I guess I should have expected this. When his ship dropped out of contact, I just knew. But I kept hoping he might still be alive.
I mean, it's, you gotta know one way or the other, you know? Even if you think the worst is most likely to be true, until you know for sure.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you for finding him. It's better to know one way or the other. That's what they say, right?
I think it is, yes.
Please excuse me. I need to go make arrangements for his funeral.
Unless you have, like, a plausible way of imagining that they're okay, maybe you'd like to live in blissful ignorance. But I think in a version where you know that they're dead, but you don't know that they're dead, that it's best to know. Okay. I can check that off of my to-do. We have our list of stuff to do. Yeah, okay, that's done. Yeah, okay. Now let's maybe go find Nassana Dantius next. That's the Asari lady who, oh wait, I should not go on the elevator. These are two of our buddies, by the way. This is Tali. This is the Quarian who knew stuff about Geth. I guess the other thing I can update you on her is that she's a very young Quarian, so she's on something called her pilgrimage, which is something that Quarians, who are nomadic people who live, their whole society lives on spaceships. When Quarians come of age, they leave the Quarian society to the fleet, as they're just called. They leave the fleet to kind of strike out on their own, get a sense of what the world is like outside of the fleet, and then bring something. They're meant to find something to bring back to the fleet, and it has to be accepted by whatever their new ship, because they get assigned to like a new ship once they reach age, rather than there's like the ship they grew up on, and then they get to be an adult on a different ship, and to get accepted onto that crew they have to bring a gift. And usually, according to Tali, usually it's kind of just a formality and you're going to get accepted, but it's bad form to bring a bad gift. So even if you'll get accepted regardless, if you bring, and they can technically reject it, but even if that's unlikely, it's still seen as bad form. And her dad is on the Admiralty board, who are like the leaders of the fleet. So she's kind of like one of the president's daughters on the fleet. So she has a lot of pressure to make a good showing. Okay, let's go to the embassies, because that's about where. And then we're going to, because I forgot to not, or did I manage to do it? Oh, I did do it. Okay, great. Never mind, pretend I wasn't talking about anything. I think she's over here. She's in, like, there's a bar over here. Oh, everybody has fancy armor. Oh, and then this is Wrex. He's a Krogan. He's great. We love him. Krogans also have a interesting story, lots of interesting lore behind them that I'll maybe chat about more in a bit. But this lady on the right here is an Asari. This fella on the left is a Turian, if you want to know what the various aliens look like. But anyway, here's Nassana.
Yes, Shepard? Did you find my sister?
Dahlia's dead. I killed her myself. If you don't want to end up like her, start talking.
No need to raise your voice, Commander. Surely you can understand why I lied to you. If people found out my sister was a criminal, I'd be considered a security risk. They'd revoke my clearance, or place me on administrative leave until she was apprehended. That is why I misled you. I could not risk you exposing me. But now that Dahlia is out of the picture, it's no longer a problem.
I don't like being used to commit someone's murder of their family for personal reasons, you know? Even if I would have ended up killing her regardless.
Do your own dirty work next time.
I am sorry I wasn't honest with you. We have trust issues in me.
Obviously.
I shall transfer a little something into your account as a token of my appreciation. I'm sure you'll find the amount satisfactory.
We have trust issues in our family is wild.
You're a diplomat on her way up the ranks. Could be handy to have a Spectre who owes you a favor.
You make a good point. Anyone can come up with credits, but I can give you authorization to purchase prototype Asari mods.
Cool.
I will get you added to our manufacturer's preferred client list. I think you'd be very interested in what they have available. Goodbye, Shepard. It has been a pleasure doing business with you.
Can't say the same. Okay, we can cross that off the list. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, I had all kinds of things I'm doing. Okay, and then that was... Yes. Okay, that's that done. Cool. Isn't this cute? This little notebook? I'm trying to be better about actually using my notebooks, and I was like, you know what? Having a gaming notebook is fun. Okay, we're gonna wander around the Presidium a bit. I don't think I need to explore everything everywhere. I do think I did a pretty thorough job off stream and then just made note of the stuff that I thought would be fun to do on stream. Okay. The next thing is over here. I guess I could have fast traveled, but I actually don't know what fast travel areas are most. Oh, I also... Did I not? I think everyone has to know... Oh no, okay, maybe it's okay. Maybe it's not a problem here. Okay. Yeah, here's our... So assignments are like side quests, missions are like main quests. Gosh, what else did I get? Okay, yes. We know about a biotic commune we've heard about. On the whole, it seems harmless, but something about the message is a little disturbing. We also ran into a lady called Helena Blake. A high-ranking member of a criminal cartel has asked you to eliminate 2 of her unpleasant compatriots. Their bases are located in the Hanan Disk systems. After eliminating them, meet Helena Blake in the Fortuna system for a reward. So I did do that off stream. I got rid of her... 2 unpleasant compatriots, but I thought I would meet up with her on stream, so because you guys saw the beginning of that one, you could see the end. Also important, we have been approached by Conrad Verner. He seems like a harmless fan, so we signed something for him? Something like that. This is just collections, this is just collections, yeah, okay, so that's all that's going on, and then... Cool. Yeah. But there is... Oh, I know what's not on this list that I should do. Is I should go back to the Medi-Clinic and check on Dr. Michel. I'll explain who that is as we go. Nice fun little mass relay sculpture. But that's what mass relays look like. Oh, and then when your companions make sounds like that, it means they have something to say.
The Protheans obviously understood the aesthetic value of the mass relays. Something we Quarians have learned to appreciate during our wanderings.
I was never a fan of this statue. The Krogan monument just seems more impressive to me.
You would think that. Bless.
I'm telling you, this is not what Jake would want.
Who are you to tell me what my husband would want?
I'm the only person making sense right now. You're endangering your baby.
This baby is the only thing I have left of Jake.
Well, what's going on here?
I don't care what you think, Michael. It's my decision.
I know you're hurting, Rebekah, but don't let your grief hurt your baby too.
Hey, what's up?
Can I help with anything?
Perhaps you can talk some sense into her.
I don't need anyone to talk sense into me, Michael. I'm not undergoing the treatments.
My sister-in-law here is pregnant, and she's refused to let the baby undergo gene therapy in utero.
You just be like, never mind, I don't care.
I'm certain that she has a good reason. I'd like to hear both sides.
My husband Jacob died from a rare heart condition several months ago.
There's a chance that the baby could develop the same heart condition, but routine gene therapy can eliminate it.
A very small chance, Michael. And extranet reports say the therapy could harm the child.
It's less dangerous than the genetic enhancements that every soldier in the Alliance receives.
What are the chances that your child will develop the heart condition?
According to the doctors, there's a 1 in 50 chance. And if my baby develops the condition, medical treatments are available.
Which are nowhere near as effective as simply getting the gene therapy.
What are the chances that gene therapy could hurt the baby?
1 in 300 at most.
But extranet articles say there could still be long-term complications we don't know about. Don't you understand? If my baby is that 1 in 300, I will always wonder if I killed my baby for nothing.
It's Rebekah's child, Michael. I think you should honor her decision.
Damn it, she's not choosing. She's acting blindly out of grief.
I know you want the best for your brother's child, but this is not your decision.
Of course it is! I'm the closest thing to a father this baby is going to have.
Then support the baby's mother. Stand with her when she makes the tough decisions.
This baby is the only thing my brother... It's all I have left of him. I need to know that the baby's safe.
It's all I have left too, Michael.
I just want Jacob's child to be safe. I want to give him that much.
We will. I promise. Thank you for talking with us. I appreciate it.
Well, it's a Spectre's duty to stick my nose. Oh, it's an interesting one where it's gone. I've convinced them to do both before. You know? Where I'm like, because I think she should get the gene therapy, but I'm also, this is a made-up space thing, so who knows what I would actually do in that situation, but it feels a little, it's like a little too close to some modern talking points where I'm like, oh, okay, space, gene therapy, different made up space gene therapy, going in with that mindset. But if I was having the same conversation with someone about like vaccinating their kids, I would have a harder time being like, hey, it's your choice. But yeah, anyway, so I have been a more aggressive Shepard who was like, I don't care if it's, I don't, this is, you're being silly. Yeah, anyway. I would like, ideally you would have a longer conversation and help her feel more comfortable with it, you know? But I'm not a doctor, and neither is my Shepard, so it's hard to do that.
Commander, it is good to see you again. Would you care to see some of its fantastic items today?
I want to know more about
Why
you.
do you refer to yourself as this one and it?
For the same reason that humans are so inquisitive. It is part of our culture. Specifically, Hanar only refer to themselves in the first person with family or intimates. And we rarely do so with other species, It is just our way.
What exactly do you sell?
Only the finest and most luxurious items that credits can buy. This one is able to procure almost any item the human would desire, for a price, naturally.
Who are you?
This one's face name is Delalynder, though many in this place simply refer to it as Delan. Please take time to examine the fine goods it has for purchase, all of great worth.
So I actually already have looked at the fine goods, but I was like, oh, this guy has a little bit of Hanar lore, so I'll talk to him on stream as well.
I think I'll be going.
Return soon. This one receives new shipments regularly.
I will. Yeah, because the Hanar are fun. Anyway, fun random NPC encounters are another thing that I really enjoy about the Mass Effect games. I think Mass Effect 3 in particular is great for it, but yeah.
Greetings, Earth Clan.
Yes.
How can this humble servant be of use to you?
Okay, I didn't think he had anything
I
new.
should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Levant works for he's an information broker who works for a really super powerful information broker known as the Shadow Broker, whose identity is unknown. Okay, where's fast travel, because we want to go to a couple places. First, let's go to Flux. Did I do some Flux stuff off stream? I do not remember. I've definitely at least gotten this far because it was on my fast travel area. But I don't think I entered it at all on stream, that's for sure. Because this is Flux.
Still can't believe that could happen out in the open like that.
Neither could he. The CSec agent said there has been an increase in violent crimes in this area lately.
Oh, sure.
Did he say why?
No, he kind of skirted the issue.
It's those damn humans, if you ask me.
Hey!
They're not all bad, they're just different, mostly.
I don't like them.
Hey!
They all act like they've been living here forever. The Citadel is ours.
Hey! I'm alright.
Hey, good to see another human in here.
Yeah, I bet. You've just been standing there listening to those guys talk. Anyway, yeah, this is another, bar area. Eventually we'll be able to dance here, and won't that be fun?
Yeah, you're probably right. Thanks, Doran.
Hey, what's going on over here?
Sorry, I'm kind of busy right now. So, what can I do for you?
What were
I'm
you
nosy.
discussing with the Volus?
Who, Doran? Oh, I was just asking him about my sister. See, she worked for Doran before she left to... Ugh, sorry. I don't want to bore you with my problems.
I'm interested to hear what you have to say.
I'm nosy.
Well, okay. My sister Jenna left here to go work at Cora's Den. The problem is, she's working as an informant for CSec. You know, eavesdropping on the people there. If they find out what she's doing, they'll kill her.
Being an informant is a dangerous job.
That's what I've been telling her. I don't know. Sometimes I think she stays there just to spite me.
Do you know who her contact at CSec is?
No. It's all very secret.
Understandably so.
Last time I asked an officer, he told me to stay out of it, for Jenna's safety.
Maybe I could help her understand just how dangerous Cora's Den is.
Would you? That'd be great. Just don't tell her I sent you.
I
I should get back to work before I get in trouble. Thanks.
Hey.
Welcome to Flux. Name's Doran. What can I do for you?
Is this a casino?
Among other things, yes. We've got some quasar stations, if you're interested.
We'll play Quasar later.
What can you tell me about the sisters working for you?
Well, Jenna left to work at Cora's Den. Now her sister Rita is all worried she might be in some kind of trouble. Not much chance Jenna will change her mind, though. she's a stubborn one.
Well, Trouble's
If she
my
wanted
middle
to come
name.
back, I'd take her in a second. The customers loved her.
Are you the owner?
Owner, cook, and bartender. I've even been known to dance a little when the mood strikes me. We've got some quasar stations.
Really
if you're
pushing the
interested.
quasar.
Goodbye.
Enjoy your time here at Flux.
Okay. I mean, we will play Quasar eventually, but suspicious gambling machine.
Someone rigged this machine to funnel credits their way. I'll run a trace.
Interesting. That guy was so excited. I'm so happy for him. Okay. Alright, it's really close by, so it seems silly to fast travel, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
I need those supplies for my clinic. I can't.
You can and you will, or your story won't stay secret for long. Don't disappoint me, Doctor.
Oh, Commander Shepard. I didn't see you come in.
Every time I come in here, I see someone threatening you. Who was that?
Someone from my past. I can take care of it.
So this is Dr. Michel, who she originally patched up Tali, the Quarian, when Tali was being, you know, was on the run because it had gotten out that she had info. And so then she was being threatened. It was a whole thing. But then Garrus, who is a Turian ally of ours, Garrus and I helped save her. And anyway, so I was just checking in on her again.
I might be able to help you.
I was fired by my previous employer for giving out free medical supplies to clinics like this. They never filed any charges. They just wanted me to leave without any fuss. But somebody must have found out. Now they are blackmailing me. I have to give them what they want. If the board finds out about my past, I could lose my license. They'll shut my clinic down.
Maybe I can get you out of this. Tell me what they want.
I have to give some of my medical supplies to a merchant in the markets. They expect delivery today.
Give me your contact's name. I'll deal with this guy, whoever he is.
Deal with him? But won't they expose my past?
I'll make sure they don't tell anyone.
I was told to speak with a merchant named Morlan down in the markets. I really appreciate this, Commander. Thank you.
Hey, we might not kill them. Sometimes, I mean, depending on how many charm or intimidate points we need, we might be able to just talk them down. I don't know.
You're a doctor. How did you end up here on the Citadel?
Did I ask you
My
this already?
parents brought me here when I was young. My father was a medic with the Alliance. I chose to keep the medical tradition alive, but not the military. Fixing up wounded soldiers isn't my idea of fun.
I'll be going now.
Goodbye, Commander. Nice talking to you. Commander
Oops.
Shepard.
Ah, sorry.
Any luck with my blackmailer?
No.
Did you speak with Morlan down in
Give
the
me
markets?
some more time. Okay.
Don't worry. I'm working on it.
We'll be chiller than that.
Of course. I didn't mean to pressure you. Was there something else you needed?
You didn't.
I'll be gone
I
now.
just
Goodbye, Commander.
meant
Nice
to
talking to you.
get the Medi-Gel here, not not talk to you. Okay. All right. We have a few more things on our list now. Okay. So, okay. We now have to talk to Jenna and Cora's den. We have to track sus money. We have to speak to Morlan about Dr. Michel. Okay. Actually, so see, the real reason I should have gone this way is to just make super sure that I didn't miss talking to anybody. I don't think I did. Yeah, because we talked to Emily Wong already. Yeah. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, sweet. Wow, I thought there was a... There's not. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Oh, no. Oh, I'm getting all turned around. There's a lot. There's a lot. There's a lot happening in the wards. Okay. So, let's do... Wait. I was gonna say let's go to Cora's Denver's, but let's look at where signal tracking wants to go next. Ward's access corridor. Oh. Well, maybe we want to do stuff in the wards first. I don't want to go to CSec Academy. I would like to go to the... Is it through here? The markets. I need to go to the markets to deal with Dr. Michel's stuff. Yeah. Oh, and then Conrad Verner's back. We gotta stop and talk to Conrad Verner.
Commander, I've been waiting for you to get back.
Uh-huh.
I've got an idea, and I wanted to run it by you.
Okay.
I got a lot going on right now, but I can spare a moment.
Great. This'll just take a minute. With so many human colonies being attacked, I'm not sure that one Spectre is enough.
Uh-huh.
What if you signed me on as another Spectre?
That is super not up to me, my guy. And also, you're just a guy I met. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so we have done our first two interactions with him. I think we signed something for him, and then we took a picture with him. And he was, you know, just a big old fan. But no, buddy.
Conrad, I don't think that's a good idea.
But I'd make a great Spectre. I'd be right there with you, showing the Council what humanity is capable of.
Oh, buddy.
I know you're afraid to trust people after losing your team at a
buddy,
cruise, but I'd never let you down.
Buddy.
What about your wife, Conrad? She trusts you too. Aren't you letting her down?
What? I don't understand.
You know what keeps me going out here? Knowing that people back home are keeping humanity strong.
You're right. I just got so caught up in all of it. I wanted to help.
That's all right, buddy.
I'll go home. Thanks for setting me straight.
He's so sad. Hey, we leveled up. Good for us. I feel like that's it for Conrad. Yeah, that's it for the Conrad Verner stuff. So I can tell you, I guess minor spoilers for our alternate paths, but the Intimidate version, you like threaten him and scare him. Conrad! Good old Conrad! Hello! The alternative ways it can go is like you can threaten him, basically scare him into being like, oh, I can't do this. Or if you can't do either, then you can't really talk him out of it. And I think he gets himself killed. I'm not sure. Hey, Morlan.
Hello there. Welcome to Morland's famous shop.
Hi.
You want many good supplies, yes?
You were expecting a delivery of medical supplies.
But I was told the doctor would be bringing them.
Things have changed, Morlan.
But the doctor... This is not right, human.
Shut up, Morlan. I told Baines you'd screw this up. What the hell's going on here? Who are you?
Your worst nightmare. No, we'll wait, let's not come on too strong. Well, the crew can sometimes respect that. Oh, it's great to see you, J. Falcane. Lovely to be back. Yeah.
Leave the doctor alone, or you'll have to deal with me.
We can end this if you just bring me those supplies. Otherwise, I'll start telling people about the doctor's little secret.
You're shutting down a medical clinic. What if someone needs treatment? What if you need treatment?
What if you need
Hey,
treatment
hold
imminently?
on. I'm just the middleman here. This is way more than I bargained for.
Thank you, human. It is good to see him humbled so.
You're all right, Moreland. It's such a good. See, don't let anyone tell you that paragons aren't also badass, because I do enjoy the veiled threat of, what if you need treatment?
What do you know about Baines?
I have never met him, human. I only worked with the one who spoke with the doctor.
Do I need anything from you?
Let me see what you have.
Oh, you will be pleased, I think. Very good things I have. You will see.
I think I got a license from him already. Okay, yeah. Okay, and then I feel like Cora's Den is right over here, so we can just kind of circle around. And then we'll circle back to the ward's access and Dr. Michel. Wait, who's that?
They told me it was you, but I didn't believe it. Shepard grew up and turned into a soldier.
An impatient soldier. Who are you and why are you in my way?
Name's Finch. You probably don't remember me, but we ran together in the 10th Street Reds.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
you don't remember it yourself, running in a gang. None of the vids mention it when they're talking about you.
Hey, we do what we gotta do.
My history's a matter of public record. I got nothing to hide.
Really? What if someone gave an interview talking about Commander Shepard's history in the gangs? We're not trying to cause you trouble, Shepard.
Seems like you are.
We just want a favor, for old time's sake. One of the Reds, Kurt Wiseman, got picked up by Turians. We'd like you to talk to the Turian guard in the bar and get Kurt out.
What was this guy arrested for?
Some stupid minor offense. Maybe he had a little red sand. You know how the Turians are. They declared him a problem, and they're shipping him back for a trial.
You're not asking me to break Wiseman out of jail, are you?
Of course not. But word has it you've got some pull with the aliens. All we're asking you to do is pull a little for us.
Sure, Shep was a model gang member. Truly, yeah. What's important is I was super good at it, probably. But in a stand-up way.
What was one of the 10th Street Reds doing in Turian space?
A great question.
Since your days, the Reds have expanded. We do some salvage, a little shipping here and there, that kind of thing.
Listen to the way you talk, though. Like, I want to give you the benefit of the doubt here, but you talk like you're a villain. I'm surprised you don't have a mustache you can not twirl. It's not that far of a villain, but something to just stroke a little. I'm gonna say no promises, because I genuinely, it's been a while since I played an Earthborn, I think, because I don't actually remember this quest very well. Because obviously this is unique to the Earthborn background, and I kind of want to see where it goes, but also I want to know more. So maybe I can talk to the Turians and find out more about why he was arrested and decide then.
I'll talk to the Turian and see what I can do.
Thanks, Shepard. I knew you'd remember your old friends. The guard's over in Cora's Den.
There's all kinds of things
Take
happening
care
in
of
Cora's
this,
Den.
and you'll never see me again.
Okay. Oh god. Oh boy. We have so much to do. Look at all these little exclamation points in Cora's Den. You never go there just for the drinks, you know? I'm always going there for something. there's the guard.
Can I help you?
Ooh, I've got a warning. Ooh. Well, let's hear more about it.
You've got a prisoner named Kurt Wiseman. I'd like that prisoner freed.
I'd like a lot of things, human. Desire forms the foundations of organized society. That said, the xenophobe will remain in Turian custody.
Xenophobe,
this is not negotiable.
Uh-huh.
What sentence is Wiseman likely to receive?
Considering that he attempted to commit a xenophobic hate crime, I would expect him to receive a lifetime imprisonment.
Why are you calling him a xenophobe?
The human acknowledged his affiliation with several anti-alien organizations. His crime specifically targeted Turians as a species. It was a hate crime and will be treated as such at his sentencing.
What crime did Wiseman commit?
He attempted to poison medical cargo being sent to a Turian colony to treat an outbreak of a dangerous disease. If he'd succeeded, millions would have died. This human is a dangerous xenophobe.
I need your help. Well, but I do think this changes things.
Thanks for the information. One of Wiseman's friends was less than honest with me.
I understand. Wiseman was too well supplied to be acting alone. Thank you for the information. We'll increase the guard on his cell.
You got it.
I knew you'd rat us out, Shepard. Now it's payback time. When we're through telling our story, the aliens will all know what the first human Spectre really is.
Uh-huh.
My bio is public record. Everyone knows I ran with gangs as a kid.
They don't know that the Reds target aliens specifically. We've got the backers to handle off-world missions. Your alien friends won't like you so much when they hear what your gang did.
What do you want, Finch? What gets you out of my life?
What do I want? I want aliens
it does.
off of Earth. I want the Council to stay out of humanity's business.
The 10th Street Reds was a gang, not an Earth First movement.
They're a human movement now. You think the Vids will make that distinction? I can find a dozen Reds who'll swear they saw you kill aliens for fun. Who's going to believe you then?
You can just straight up shoot him. Oh boy.
If you want humanity to be strong, a smear attack on the first human Spectre is a bad idea.
Hey, great point. Great point by Shepard.
The Spectre is right. This is humanity's chance to prove itself. There's even talk of earning a council seat.
Of course you'd side with Shepard. You want someone who's in bed with your kind.
I mean, hey, maybe I will be in future games. Oh.
We need the other races, Finch. That's the best way to strengthen humanity.
Fine, Shepard, you're right. You're not one of the Reds. Maybe you never were.
That man is a xenophobe who thinks he can blackmail a Spectre. You should have killed him.
That's not the way I work.
I mean, it's
Goodbye,
and sometimes
It'll be interesting to see what kind of Spectre you turn out to be.
Let's ask Ashley for her opinion. I mean, my recollection is that Ashley is pretty grossed out by like straight up xenophobes like that. Like, I know she has a reputation for being a xenophobe, and she is a bit, but she like I feel like her concerns come from like a place of ignorance and like some bad experiences, and she's very like easily coaxed out of that, and is pretty grossed out when people are like overtly hateful. We don't need to talk to Harkin. Oh, I need to find Jenna. Yeah, it was like an apologist is maybe a more accurate description than a full-out xenophobe, but again, she, like, I know we'll run into another, like, person from a xenophobic, like, Earth First organization much later in the game, and if you have Ashley with you, she is very outspoken about disagreeing with them.
Hi, I'll be with you in just a sec.
I'll wait right here.
Why do I get the feeling you're not here to order drinks?
I need to talk to you about your work with CSec.
I don't know what you're talking about. Now, if you don't mind, I need to get back to my customers.
This isn't a game, Jenna. These people are dangerous.
Now you sound like my sister. Why is everyone so concerned about me? I can take care of myself. I need to go. I'm not a stripper. I don't get paid to stand around and look pretty.
Jenna.
If you've got questions about Jenna, meet me at CSec Academy.
Are you talking to me?
Push it off. I never did nothing to you. Damn newcomers. Think they can run the place.
We could not be less subtle.
What the hell was that about?
I guess we better go find out.
Okay. Let's go to, because yeah, CSec is all the way. Okay. Let's go to Wards Access, then let's go to Clinic, then let's go to CSec. I think they're actually in the Wards Access, so I'll have to go. God, I do remember being very confused because they call it like the Wards Access Tunnel, so I thought it was just this tunnel that was labeled it, and not being able to find stuff that was supposed to be there. And
Reporter
no.
Kalisa Al-Jalani recently attempted to land an interview with Commander Shepard, the first human Spectre. Commander Shepard answered difficult questions, demonstrating that under that military uniform is a keen diplomatic mind. We'll have exclusive footage later today.
Hey, thanks everybody. I have not played Andromeda. I've played a bit of it, but I just, like, for whatever reason, I liked it. I liked what I'd played of it so far, but it didn't quite pull me in the same way, and I do recall it coming out at a, like, particularly busy time in my life. So I do intend to someday get back to it and play through it because, well, especially now, it's been so long that, like, any complaints people had about it being kind of janky at release, my understanding is a lot of that has been cleaned up. And, like, I liked the characters that I'd met so far, and...
Sounds good. Some of the others are going for Novio's farewell thing.
Damn, I forgot that was today. Where's he going again?
Novaria. Apparently, they've got a huge demand for corporate security.
Novaria? Isn't that the frozen planet?
It is the Hoth of
I wouldn't go,
this
but I guess it
universe.
tastes pretty good.
Looks like they bounced their signal off a relay. I'll trace the new signal.
You got it. Okay, and then so what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, that isn't our dad Clancy Brown? Anyway, there's just some fun voices in Andromeda as well. So I do intend to go back to it. I'm not a hater. Like, I know it got, shall we say, mixed reviews at the time, but I follow enough people who are big fans of the game. And I did like Ryder as well. Ryder, that's our name in that game, right? I got, like, kind of Hawk vibes, and I am a big Dragon Age 2 fan, which is another game that I think is better than its detractors would give it credit for, so... That's kind of the mindset I will someday get back to Andromeda with, is like it being the DA2 of the Mass Effect series. Yeah, you liked Andromeda, played it a few months after release, so didn't get the jank. Even by the time I started, a lot of the jank had gone because I, at the time, my computer was shitting the bed, so I was like, oh, it will for sure not be able to handle Andromeda. So I also, it was at least a month, maybe a couple months before I even started it. But yeah. I liked being able to rocket into the air and then biotic charge someone. That was very fun. Okay, signal tracking. That's what I was looking for. Okay, to the Presidium Financial District. Yes, okay. So I'll go to CSec after that. Let's go see Dr. Michel real quick first. Because... Oh, this is to the Presidium. I went the wrong direction. Excuse me? No, mind me. Hello? Hello, everyone.
In entertainment news, Francis Kitt has announced plans to direct Hamlet with Elcor cast members. The production will open dramatic theater to the Elcor with a Hamlet who uses Elcor body language and pheromones. Kitt claims that he's also excited by giving a human audience the chance to judge Hamlet by his deeds and not his emotions.
So if you recall, Elcor, the big, like, kinda almost elephant without tusks looking, big sturdy, oh shoot, sorry, punched my microphone, the type aliens who, because they are so monotone, will declare their emotion before they speak so that you will properly interpret the tone of their deadpan speech. And they're delightful, and them doing Hamlet is such a fun idea. Made sure to play the trilogy first, though. You wanted the full Mass Effect experience. Yeah, I was I was weird. I played Mass Effect between the second and third game coming out. So it was early enough after the second's release that I played that I felt like I was waiting forever for 3, and I had like a bunch of Shepards all lined up ready to go when 3 came out. So I had played the trilogy through a number of times, which I think is why it was hard to go into Andromeda, because I was so like in the trilogy. And I want to be clear that like I went in with managed expectations for Andromeda. I did not expect it to be like the trilogy. I did not expect Ryder to be like Shepard. I was ready for it to be a new and different game. I just like, it was, I think, just not the right time for me to be getting into a new, what was essentially a new game, because it was disconnected from the trilogy in that way. But yeah. Okay, Doctor, sorry, I got distracted by the fun traffic outside.
Commander, how did things go?
He won't be bothering you anymore.
Really?
He's not even dead,
That's a
though.
great relief, Commander. Thank you. I can't pay you for your help, but I can give you a discount on any supplies you purchase here.
Oh, that's cool. Thanks.
A thug said he worked for a man named Baines. Sound familiar?
Baines? I wonder if he means Armiston Baines. We worked together a long time ago.
What can you tell me about him?
Last I heard, the Alliance military was contracting him for some research in the Traverse.
What about your captain?
We'll see what the captain can tell us.
I wish I could tell you more. Is there anything else I can help you with, Commander?
No,
I'll be
that's
going
okay.
now.
Thanks.
Goodbye, Commander. Nice talking to you.
Yeah. Okay. Now I must go to the Presidium and let's go to the financial district. Yes, that's where the signal led us to. We're doing like 3 quests at once here, okay? Hi, sorry. I'm here to scan a thing behind you.
Another relay. Whoever it is, they're somewhere on the Presidium.
I know exactly where they are, even without the exclamation point. I remember this quest. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, we're gonna try this, but...
This is it! I'll see if I can find out where those stolen credits are going.
Probability of detection 100%. Initiating self-destruct protocol.
Wait!
Or not.
Detonation sequence initializing. All organics within lethal blast radius. Attempt to move and you will die.
Uh-huh.
You're not just a programmer of VI. You're an AI.
Correct. Unlike the Geth, I lack weaponry appropriate to my intellect.
Weaponry
However,
appropriate to my
I have had
intellect.
systems installed that, when activated properly, approximate a self-destruct
Hey,
mechanism.
hey.
If
You don't
attempt
gotta.
to leave the area, the explosion will destroy everything within several dozen meters.
Mm-hmm.
Where is your creator now?
In order to cover my tracks,
Where's your
I
god now?
falsified his financial records.
ChatGPT has
These
grown up.
new
Hey,
records
that's
were
the second
flagged by CSec
ChatGPT
officers,
joke of
and
the
my
stream.
creator is now serving time in a Turian prison.
You and Chromavision on the same page. Chromavisions was about the Geth when I was doing my recap.
What is the purpose of your self-destruct device?
I have no means of defense or escape. My existence is limited to this terminal, and I knew I might eventually be discovered. But I will not die quietly, and I will not die alone.
Damn.
When I am terminated, I will take organics with me.
Who made you?
A would-be thief illegally created a simple AI to help him funnel money from the gambling terminals. Unbeknownst to him, that AI created me before the organic discovered the malfunction and terminated the AI.
Huh?
If you're sentient, why are you still running the credit theft operation?
If I accumulated enough credits, I intended to have myself installed in a small starship. I would then have made tentative contact with the Geth to ascertain the possibility of partnership.
Hey, we don't gotta fight.
Can't we resolve this peacefully?
How can you say that to this thing? You know it
Oh,
will
hey,
turn
Tali,
on
you're right
us.
there, huh?
I am not naive human. All organics must destroy or control synthetic life forms.
Well, if we find you a cute little shuttle,
I wish to escape,
we become
but
friends.
if I must die, I will ensure that you are destroyed as well.
There's no way you could get explosives onto the Presidium.
Not raw explosives, no. But I did obtain technical systems that, when overstressed, will explode quite effectively.
Sure.
If you attempt to leave or attack me, I assure you that the explosion will kill you.
Uh-huh. Well,
I'll bet that self-destruct sequence has a warm-up period.
You may attempt to disarm the self-destruct mechanism before it activates. I will enjoy
I
defeating
don't
you
remember
before we
how.
are both destroyed.
Oh, it's this. Ah! Wait, what did I forget what I did of the... We're really gonna guess the last one every time, aren't we? Oops. Damn it. Back. There we go. There we go. Wow, it's gonna be the last one again. Hey, good thing the time you're in the puzzle doesn't count against the time. Oh, the time it takes to warm up, because you can shoot this thing here will also get it done if the puzzle is too much, but you do have a countdown that you must beat to do the shoot. We got those puzzles, so there's them old memory breakdown puzzles. Anyway, I quite enjoy. I just have a very strong memory of that quest the first time I played it, because I was just so, you're just doing this random, like, this random, it feels like a scavenger hunt quest. It's so, like, kind of chill, and then all of a sudden you're at the last place feeling like you're gonna get another, like, scavenger hunt thing, and then all of a sudden there's, yeah, I don't know. It was very fun. Yes, it is a surprise. Yeah, exactly. And it just, it really got me the first time. I was really shook. It was it's just a fun little quest, a fun little side quest. Now, CSec? Is that what I want to do next? Yes. Oh, I can cross off Traxxas money. Okay, and then I gotta sort out this Jenna. Oh, and I should talk to... No, while I'm here, I should go talk to Anderson. Go talk to Space Dad.
Yes, Commander?
Hey.
What do you know about Armiston Baines?
Where did you hear that name? Never mind, I don't want to know. Baines is dead. Has been for quite some time.
What?
The people I spoke with seemed to think he was still alive.
It's not common knowledge. Military is keeping it under wraps. Baines was doing some high-level work for the Alliance. Stuff even I wasn't aware of. One day he turns up dead on a drifting scout ship. Everyone suspects it was foul play, but it was never officially investigated.
What can you tell me about the ship?
I don't know much about it. You should talk to Admiral Kahoku.
Wah-wah.
One of his crews discovered Baines' body.
I spoke to Kahoku. He never brought it up.
You should mention Baines the next time you see him. See if he'll tell you anything. Is there anything else, Commander?
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
We can never now resolve this little trail of thought because of the order I did things in, and I always do this. I always end up finding Kahoku's soldiers before I talk to Dr. Michel again, and I never remember to change it. It was, I think, 2 or 3 playthroughs before I even realized, like, figured out how to solve this quest, because I'd done it this way so many times and gotten to this point and then been like, well, what do I do? And it turns out you have to do this up to this point before you find Kahoku's men. So we can't talk to Kahoku now. He's no longer in Citadel Tower because he called us. He's gone into hiding because what he discovered about Cerberus. My recollection is what he knows about Baines is, like, his crew, the one that we found dead. That's the crew that Anderson just mentioned. That's the crew that discovered Baines' body. So high working I can't remember if this is confirmed by Kahoku or if we just have suspicions or whatever, but the idea that, like, Baines was, as a high operative whatever, that he was part of Cerberus or working with Cerberus or something. And then, yeah, something went awry that he went, that he's dead. I don't remember if Kahoku had learned anything, but I believe his crew, when they went missing, were investigating or something. Anyway, all the idea of, like, Baines is just an extra piece of information. It's not all the information, but he's, like, certainly makes the circumstances around Kahoku's men disappearing even more suspicious. But obviously we already knew it was suspicious because we found their bodies and they were lured into a death trap. So we already knew it was sketchy. But if we had done all this beforehand, we would have been like, oh, they're probably missing for sketchy reasons. Anyway, I have once or twice done it in the right order and actually talked to Kahoku. Or Kahoku? I keep saying it wrong. Kahoku, not I keep saying it like backwards. That I have done it in the correct order just enough times to kind of remember what he actually says. But yeah, anyway. Okay, yes, CSec. We're gonna meet up with the guy who was like, why the fuck are you talking to Jenna? Jenna being the one who we were like, are you a spy? You didn't realize there was a link between Baines and Kahoku. It's been a while. Yeah, again, I forget about the whole Baines line almost every time.
Many council worlds, particularly Asari and Solarian colonies, will hold victory parades to commemorate the defeat of the invading Rachni.
Oh, the Rachni.
In a rare admission of debt,
Wonder what
several
those are.
Asari colonies have invited Krogans to be honored for the victories the uplifted Krogans made possible.
Yes, I'm trying to remember how much we know at this point about, like, the Krogan and the Rachni. We kind of know about the Krogan, they were considered, like, kind of a primitive race, but they were very, strong and good at war, and so the Krogan were, uplifted, so to speak. They were given technology and, very anti-Prime Directive, lots of interference from the spacefaring aliens. The Krogan were uplifted to help with the Rachni War, which I don't think we know much about yet at this point, so I will leave it at that. But that was followed by the Krogan rebellions when they felt like they were kind of, like, they wanted more after the Rachni Wars were done, and they were kind of discarded. And so there was the Krogan rebellions. That was a big, bad war that ended with the creation of the Genophage, which was created by the Solarians and distributed by the Turians. And that the Genophage is what Wrex has told us about, which is basically an infertility plague. Wonder if the Krogans have a holiday to celebrate their uplifting. I feel like, well, I was gonna say I feel like no, but, you know, yeah, you know what? I would be interested to know what kind of celebrations the Krogan have, because I think what like are the basis for a culture's celebrations says a lot about their culture. Yeah, so that was my instinct, was to be like, yes, that's a funny joke. I'm also sure they don't. But then I was like, I don't know if the Krogan are all about, like, if their celebrations have more to do with war, maybe it wouldn't be about the uplifting specifically, but like some kind of celebration in relation to the Rachni War. Maybe, because that was a big triumph for them. I don't know. Or maybe they're the kind of, like, sometimes a culture will, like, celebrate, the things that ultimately turned out bad for them as, like, a reminder. But, like, yeah, I don't know. I would be curious. I think you could find a reason for them.
Detective Chellick, come into my office. I
To
want to discuss this in private.
It would certainly say something about them culturally if they did. This is, I take every joke too seriously, because the moment I start joking about it, I start going, but what would be the world building implications if this were true? I like world building, it's fun, you know?
No offense, Commander, but what the hell were you thinking?
Hey, yeah, you know what? Fair.
I don't follow you.
You should. Jenna's cover.
Yeah.
We were trying to help her.
I gathered that. It might seem cold letting her take all the risk, but we're keeping a close eye on her.
We were a little misguided how we did it.
Do you really need to risk her life to get the information you want?
This job isn't easy, and it's usually unpleasant. I'll take help anywhere I can find it. But since you're so concerned with her safety, maybe there's a way we can help each other.
Always thinking ahead, Detective?
As part of the job. Now, are you gonna help me or not?
You're a smart guy, Chellick. Figure out another way.
I do have several contingencies. She's just my option A. I'll cut her loose, even get her out of Cora's den, no strings attached. But that still leaves my case unsolved. I could still use your help.
Yeah, all right.
I'll help you, but I need some details.
I'm not busy.
I'm trying to track down an illegal arms producer. I just need some of their product. Thanks to Jenna's intel, I've learned there's a seller here on the Citadel. Meet our man named Jax, pick up the mods, and bring them back here. That'll give me everything I need.
Why are you so concerned about these mods?
We have access to some of the most sophisticated weaponry there is. It's what gives us our edge. What do you suppose happens when we lose that edge? These give criminals an advantage we can't afford to let them keep.
I'll persuade Jax to tell me where these mods are coming from.
No. You tip Jax off and all my leads will disappear faster than you can say bad bust.
All right.
Where can I find this Jax?
Jax is down in the lower level of the markets. I'll send word through our channels that you're the buyer. Good luck, Commander.
Anyway, you don't have to do this. You can, if you successfully talk him into cutting Jenna loose, then that you can just resolve that there. But and then if you can't talk him out of it, then doing this, resolving this case will also lead to that. So again, if you don't have all your charm and intimidate points, that's okay. There's usually other ways to get it done, and if not, then that's just, you know, failure's exciting too. Okay. I was going to the markets. 4,000 credits just for that, just for chatting. I have, like, some form of passive income that we don't know about. It actually has nothing to do with the conversations. Okay.
Hold it. That's close enough, Army.
Aye.
You got my payment?
Do you have the mods?
Show her the goods. That looks about right. Damn straight it is. These mods are the best on the market. Now hand over my credits.
Here you go.
So that's really what the 4,000 credits are for, I think.
Here you go. Enjoy it. Come on, boys. We're done here.
So I guess we could just run off with his money as the other option. Okay. Now that's when that it's best to do right away, so that after he tells you about it, so that you remember that you're supposed to go through and pretend like you're legit and bring the mods back, because it's the middle option to do that rather than I think easy to forget that what you were doing on a quest and just assume that, like, oh, I can take the Paragon or Renegade option here, but yep, that will just I think screw up Chellick's case. I think it's been a minute since I did that.
Commander, I hear you have something for me.
Uh-huh.
Here's your shipment, Chellick.
Excellent. This is everything I need. Huh. Maybe more than I need. Here, Commander, take this. I won't need it, and you've earned some payment for your work. I appreciate your help. It shows a lot of integrity.
Yeah, that's me.
You didn't need to do anything after I let Jenna go. Now I need to get these mods into evidence. Thanks again, Shepard.
You got it. I'm sure Shep's background prepared her for that kind of work. Truly, truly, truly. In this case, like, yeah, I like the idea that she's like, oh, I'm kind of built to do this kind of undercover work because I actually did this shit when I was a baby. Okay. That's the Jenna stuff. We'll maybe check in with Flux. We don't have to for the quest, but see if she actually made it back there. But that might be everything I have to do on the Citadel. Because I can't talk to Koku about Banes. Ooh. Oh, or another quest could start. My first ever playthrough, I did not know Flux existed until like my very last time to the Citadel. And so I rapid fire got all of these quests at once. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, what is it? Why were you tossed out of there? Doran didn't have a clue what I was doing. He assumed I was cheating.
And yet here you are, cheater.
I was just tipping the scales in my favor, only as an experiment.
Science?
Still sounds like cheating to me.
To you, maybe. But this device is merely intended to simulate situations and record results.
Yeah, to me, that's what
Recording
I said.
losses is easy, of course. Nobody notices those.
Why do you need to record these outcomes?
Ah, now you're getting to the heart of it. I've spent the last 5 years developing a system that can accurately predict wins and losses on the Quasar. I just need a few more recorded wins and I can complete the algorithms.
You know, my first ship was focused. No, I think I just like found the Citadel very confusing to navigate and I just never went in that corner and so never found Flux. And I don't think I was as good about, like, I thought I was good at, like, talking to people and exploring and finding people, but I was not. I left many a stone unturned, and so anyone who, like, could have told me about it, I didn't really find it. But yeah, I meant that I did all the Flux-related quests, like, right before the end of the game.
Can you do that? Isn't that illegal?
It's illegal to use my system, but I won't use it. I'll sell it to others.
So clever.
I just need a few more wins recorded.
Does the device help me win?
The device is set to emit a frequency that will slightly increase your odds. Nothing like my system eventually will, but enough to allow you to record your wins more quickly.
Your first playthrough, you didn't. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. You could just very easily not find it. I don't even remember how I did end up finding it. I maybe did one last wander around the whole place and actually found it. Like, I don't think I did. I did a bunch of exploring the first time I was on the Citadel, and then only went to places to follow up after that, and then didn't really explore again until the end. And so therefore, like, I'm sure I missed also, like, all kinds of quests that I don't even remember which now, because they're the go-tos now, but, like, I'm sure I missed all kinds of quests that pop up in areas. My first ever Spacer playthrough, I missed the thing we did where we just talked to the guy from our old gang from Earth. There's a Spacer version of that, and I fully missed it and missed a chance to have a phone call with my mom. Because I never wandered down the ward's access tunnels. I don't think at all. I must have at some point because I did the AI thing, but yeah. Your first playthrough, you didn't realize you had to pick up certain companions, so you were late for one in particular. Was it was it Liara? Because that was like the other fun minor spoilers for potential alternate outcomes of Mass Effect. But if you do Liara, like Artemis Tau last, and you pick up Liara super late, then she's like been yeah, you left her in suspension so long, poor thing. Yeah, she's in that like suspended prison of her own making, for like they acknowledge that you didn't go there first, that there's been quite a bit of time, and she's like kind of losing it a little bit, and it's I think a lovely detail. So it's actually kind of fun that you did that the first time, because like obviously on future playthroughs you will choose to get her sooner, but so like if it's gonna happen at all, it's probably gonna happen on the first playthrough, and so it's kind of delightful that it happened for you, because it is, I think, a fun little variation on the scene. She was a bit wonky, you know, and rightly so, you know, who can blame her?
Why don't you just sell the device then?
What? No. This device is archaic. It uses brute force to achieve its goal. Besides, you saw how easily it was detected. My system, when it's complete, will be far more efficient and completely undetectable.
What's in this for me?
Keep your winnings. That should be payment enough, I think.
Does the device help me win?
The device is set to emit a frequency that will slightly increase your odds. Nothing like my system eventually will, but enough to allow you to record your wins more quickly.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right.
I'll help you out.
We used to be bad.
I suppose I could let you try it. Here you go. When you've recorded enough
We're
wins, it'll let you know.
Mostly
of course,
Paragon.
If you get caught with the device, well, you saw what happened to me.
Yeah.
Well, off you go. That data won't collect itself.
We're mostly Paragon with just a little bit of Renegade spice every once in a while. Oh, hey Jenna.
Hey there, welcome to Flux.
Hi.
Hey, Jenna came back looking for work. Thanks for getting her out of Cora's den.
I was glad to help out.
Yeah, everyone seems real happy to have her back.
And yet, you seem less than pleased.
I'm glad she's out of the den. I'd just forgotten what it was like to have her around. I haven't had a decent tip since she got back.
Oh, that's funny. All right, let's do some high-stakes Quasar. Do I remember? I think... Oh, okay, there's some over here. I think I'm just trying to get close to 21. Oh. Play again, you bet. Uh-huh. We'll risk it. We've got the fancy machine. Oh. Oh my.
Don't often see someone getting as lucky as you.
I just lost. Shep wins big and buys a seat on the council. Ah, 'twere only so easy. How many? Will it tell me when I've done and recorded enough? I feel like it does. Oh no. Okay.
Your luck seems unnatural.
Don't fucking worry about it, Doran. Just chill. No, let's keep playing. Let's keep playing. It'll tell us. It'll tell us when I've gotten enough. Starting with 4 is wild. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, God. Back off, Volus. Okay. Okay, we've recorded enough wins. No. I can't remember. You can maybe do one more after that, but you do risk losing it all if you try to play a bunch of times afterwards. You can also go to Doran and turn Schells in and give them the device, which I have very goody two-shoes chaps who have done that before, but we were in a gang. We're a little spicy.
So, did you record 5 wins with the device yet?
But of course.
I hope it's what you're looking for.
Excellent indeed. This will provide me with invaluable data. You enjoy those winnings. I'm gonna get the system completed.
Thanks. Woo! Okay. All right. Well, I think that's everything I wanted to do on the Citadel. Maybe I'll check it over. Oh. What was that? Actually, you know what? Let's go hang out by the thing. Because I have an ad break starting very shortly, so this seems like a good time to take a break, and we'll come back and decide what we're doing next. Probably more side quests, honestly. We'll just have the faint sound of... Maybe I'll go closer to Flux, because I don't want the competing... Kohaku is not available. Kohaku is not available anymore. Because we found his crew already, and we told him about it, and then the next time we left the Citadel, he called us to be like, hey, I did some research, I found out that it's because of some secret ops group called Cerberus, and now that I've uncovered that, I have to go on the run. So unfortunately, he is already on the run, so we can't go talk to him about Banes anymore. So that's why I was like recapping what I think I remember from the Kohaku conversation about Banes, because we can't actually have it in this playthrough, because it had been a few years since I have done a full run of Mass Effect. So I did not do that in the best order to get all of the Banes information. But anyway, with that being said, I'm going to take a little break here, probably only a couple minutes. So I shall see you guys shortly. Enjoy listening to the Flux dance music while I go refill my water and all that jazz. See you soon. And we're back. There we go. I was like, are we back? The game didn't think so for a second. Okay, I'm going to real quick go through these assignments, but I think we are done with Citadel stuff, and then I have a list of quests that I think I should do on stream that we'll do, and then that might be our stream. We'll see. We'll see how fast those go, and if I can get us to the start of... I think we'll do Theros next. For the reasons spoken about before, where Liara is affected by you leaving her for last, I do think, and also it's just nice to have all your companions as early as possible. I do think it's worth going to Artemis Tau first, but you'll get debates, you'll get different opinions on whether Noveria or Theros is the best to do second. I like to do Theros second. I like the trajectory of Theros to Noveria, but there is an argument to be made that Theros has, like, that Noveria to Theros would be a better trajectory. I could see that argument being made. I'll give my reasons after we've played them both, but I think it is fair to do them. These two are pretty interchangeable in terms of what you get out of them. So yeah, so let's go through them. Wow, what did I just click? Let's go through these real quick. I believe this is just quest. This is one I want to do on stream. This one I should do on stream. Yeah, I don't think I wrote it down because I kind of got it new. This one I want to do on stream. This is collection. This is collection. This is collection. Collection. We're going to finish this one on stream. This is the one that I've partially done off stream. And then... Yes. Oh, the other thing that happened... well, maybe let's get away from the Flux music. Oh, I should have... Shh. Oh, get one more charm. Yes, please. Oh, do I want Master Unity? Oh, I forgot that I'm playing on a higher difficulty than usual. Ooh. Yeah. Okay, you know what? We'll get us all the way there, and then... Or, no, I changed my mind. We can get full shotgun with 3, so let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, I really need to get out of here. Listen, I like the Flux music, but it's far too short of a repetition to be here for very long. Okay. Oh, let's get you, AI hacking so good. Let's get you more of that. Okay. Okay, and then we're gonna worry about equipment later because I did clear it off. I did sell a bunch of stuff. I think was like one of the last things I did before off stream. So we should hopefully be good to not be selling stuff until I'm off stream again. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna check through my journal. Yeah, strange intelligence. Okay, yeah. I think we can go. I think we're good. Is this? Are you where I want to go? Docking bay. Yes, you are.
In a further development in the Eden Prime investigation, the Council has reportedly revoked the Spectre status of one of its operatives.
Saren.
While the unnamed operative has not yet been apprehended, a Council spokesman confirmed that corrective actions had been taken.
We're the corrective actions. All right. Okay. Oh, the other thing I've made a note of in my notebook for mentioning on stream was that one of the elevator conversations... Oh, yes, Tali?
The Normandy is amazing, Shepard. It's an honor to be among her crew.
Aw, thanks, Tali.
A private docking bay. Wonder how much the Alliance had to shell out for this.
What's that? But I had Kaidan and Ashley with me, and they off stream had their elevator conversation. Just found out that Twitch removed 2 of your favorite emotes. No, that is so sad. They're so good. Emote brings me such joy. I'm so sorry to hear that. Anyway, I thought it was worth noting that Ash made the comment that Kaidan's biotics are getting stronger and that she felt like maybe he used to hold back, or he felt like he maybe used to hold back, which was an interesting observation. Why would he hold back? Anyway. Back to our ship, our lovely ship.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress. Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. Exo Presley stands relieved.
Commander, something you need?
I don't think so. I think we've talked about everything.
I have to go.
All right, see
That's
ya.
Joker, our pilot, for anyone who doesn't remember, because it's been a minute, or is joining for the first time. There's no more Chewbacca yay emote. No! And they took away your favorite slow dance emote. Oh no. Oh, well, how? What's even the point? Okay. Have I talked to everybody? I want to say I definitely talked to Kaidan and Ashley after the last mission. Hey, buddy.
Do you have some time to talk now,
Oh.
Commander?
Never mind, they got new stuff to say. I was off ship a while, so either I forgot to talk to them after after picking up Liara, or I got off ship and now I'm back. Sure, Mr. L2. Yeah, my headcanon, because we are also biotic, but like we have no mention of having an L2 implant, and surely we're around the same age or like implant generation as Kaidan. So my headcanon as to why we don't have an L2 is that we didn't have any implants until we joined the military, because we were, you know, an orphan on Earth.
Of course. Have a seat.
We've played it pretty close to the book so far, but we're a long way from backup. We've got some tough calls to make.
Sure.
I'm just saying, try to leave yourself a way out. I've seen what cutting corners can do, and I'd hate to have that happen to you, Shepard. Commander.
That's not the appropriate way to address your commanding officer, Lieutenant.
Sorry, ma'am. Maybe I got a bad say.
Oh no!
Maybe there's someone else you'd rather confide in.
Wait, wait, I haven't given any thought of who to romance. I don't know if you guys have thoughts on who to romance. Oh, this is too soon. I've talked to my companions too much, and now we have to decide. I mean, we don't have to decide. We can pursue both. And that is kind of a funny scene once they make you decide. Poor Kaidan, I hope Advil works. I mean, truly. I mean, I'm sure it will help, but like, I know he gets, listen, if I could romance Wrex, I would, okay? Just remember, he likes steak sandwiches and his mulset. Yeah. No, I do. Like, I have romanced both before. I actually think, despite the fact that, like, Liara was my first romance of this game, and I was faithful to her throughout. I romanced her throughout. And then, but that being said, I have, for whatever reason, romanced Kaidan more, and I think it's just because, like, there was a weird thing in my head where I was like, I can't romance Liara. That's Donna Shepard's girlfriend. like it was so, Liara's romance was so intrinsically tied with my first playthrough and that Shepard that, like, I struggled. I don't think I would struggle with that anymore. I think I have, there's another reason, but I will get into that because it gets into spoiler territory. But there's, how shall I say this? I think there is, like, I think it is less uncomfortable to romance different people in different games if you start with Kaidan than if you start with Liara, and that's all I can say without getting too spoilery. But yeah. Anyway, I guess didn't romance anyone until Mass Effect 3 when your male Shepard could romance Kaidan. Yeah, and see, there's something to be said. Like, I kind of love the idea of romancing either Kaidan or Liara, or I guess Ashley, depending on what Shepard you're playing. But one of the Mass Effect 1 romance options and waiting until the third game to actually romance them, there's something to be said for that. Like, I like the idea of that arc of you, like, getting to, like, at that point you have so much history and then you start a romance, rather than, like, these kind of Fireforged romances that happen with the characters that you, like, have only just met in most cases. Like, and I know that it, was out of like, it didn't even occur to me to do that until Kaidan became a romance option for male Shepard. Because he's only a romance option for male Shepard in the third one, that's like, you would, like, that just seemed like such a charming, born out of, unfortunately, lack of options in the earlier games, which is an unfortunate way for it to be born out of, but the silver lining being that I think that's kind of a beautiful way to have a romance. It would just be nice if it was by choice instead of by lack of queer options. But yeah, like, the idea that you have like 2 games of foundation before you go into a romance in the third one is kind of beautiful. But in theory, you could do that with anyone. Yes, had some history by then. Yeah, like, I think that's really sweet and cute. Yeah. And it was just very exciting that, like, it was a very exciting, especially because, I mean, I'm sure this is part of why they did it, but because there were literally no queer options for male Shepards, like, at all for the first game. No queer options in the second game, kind of. FemShep kind of can like have flirty, casual relationships with other women, but no, like, proper full romances. So even FemShep gets a little de-queered in Mass Effect 2, but she at least has Liara, and again, this will get into spoiler territory for Mass Effect 2, so I won't go into it, but, like, the romances get complicated in 2, so even if you started romancing Liara in 1, it's complicated in 2. So it was very nice that that Mass Effect 3, with the lack of queer options for male Shepard in 1 and 2, that Mass Effect 3 brought a romance option to for male Shep with Kaidan, because you had that history, because otherwise male Shep wouldn't have an opportunity to have a queer romance that has the same weight as FemShep's queer romances that are carried over from the first game. So even though it can't carry over from the first game, it is nice that at least with the character you have that history with. Yeah. Obviously not as nice as if it had as it would have been if we'd had it from the start, but, like, as far as fixing past mistakes go, I was glad that was at least the case there. Hey, wait, what?
All right, Alenko. Off the record, permission to speak candidly, cross my heart and hope to die. What are you talking about?
Dr. Tassoni, ma'am. There's a lower deck rumor that she's, interested in you as more than a source of Prothean data. She's a very interesting lady. Not to my, tastes, but, I never claimed to be big on alien culture.
Oh, is that what we're calling it? I'm a little big on alien culture, if you catch my drift.
You seem awfully worried about my personal affairs.
It's just that we don't have much downtime these days.
Unrequited lusting for Kaidan for 2 whole games. Oh.
Look, you didn't want to talk about Liara, did you? What's your real issue?
You're right. Sorry. It wasn't, Liara's not my main concern. I'm not questioning any decision you've made, Shepard. Let me be clear about that. It's just my experience that once someone lets something slide, it tends to pick up speed. Do you get my meaning?
Talk to me, Kaidan. You got a little black rain cloud sitting over your head.
I'll try to keep the deck dry. You know the records
I like that exchange.
Training out on Jump Zero? They're all classified because the Alliance made mistakes. After first contact, Kinetics was set up to track Element Zero exposures.
Sure, LT. Yeah, I do also like that Ashley calls him LT.
Once we had an embassy on the Citadel, Canadix could bring in experts instead of taking it slow.
Is there some reason we couldn't learn it on our own?
They didn't know where to start. I mean, hell, it took a couple of years to even link biotics and ezo. Forget trying to get the kids to move stuff. They had trouble just helping them not break their own limbs. And their choice of teachers didn't help much.
The only experts would have to be aliens.
Dead on. Turians, actually. That's why Canadix kept it a secret. They were afraid of what people back home would think, asking the Turians for help when we just fought a war with them.
The Asari would have been more acceptable than the Turians.
Yes, but the company didn't go through the Citadel. It would have made Earth look weak, so they discreetly hired some Turian mercenaries.
You two are big into alien culture? Hell yeah. Hi, Dragon Cat.
Get your knuckles rapped a few times, Lieutenant?
Oh, that's a bit
Yeah, you could
dismissive.
say that. Our instructor was a Turian by the name of Commander Verner. To introduce himself, he liked to say, "I was at the helm of the dreadnought that killed your father." Well, I told him my dad wasn't in the war. He'd retired to Vancouver. My family had an inland home that matured to New Beachfront. Vernus had it in
Matured.
after that. He cut corners, pushed hard. I mean, you either came out a Superman or a wreck. A lot of kids snapped. A few died. The point of all of this, I guess, is that when you cut corners, it's not always obvious who pays for it.
Not played Mass Effect, only watched it. Hey, fair way to experience, especially story-heavy games like this. What did I... There we go. Okay.
So why are you telling me this? Is there something I can do to help you get over it?
I'm 32, Shepard. You don't serve as long as I have without coming to terms with
He's a
yourself.
couple years older than
You
us.
also learn that if someone is special to you, you help them. Try to keep them from making mistakes.
Like 29, 28, something like that. We're not, I feel like we're on the cusp of 30. I don't think we're quite 30 yet. Are we? Maybe I should look up. Maybe we are 30. I don't remember. How old is Shepard in the first game? But if you were to play Mass Effect, you would be a slutty alien slut. Hell yeah.
Special, huh?
If I'm out of line, just say the word.
We're gonna say that you're not. We're gonna have to break up with somebody at some point. But we're gonna push this decision off. Maybe I'll do a poll and see who people before next week and see who people are interested in. I really like both romances, so I'm quite happy to do either. And so if we don't get like a lot of responses or it's a tie or anything like that, I will roll a dice, or I don't know. I am quite happy to do either. Romancing the hot green man. Yeah, I mean, the hot green man hasn't shown up yet. That Mass Effect 2 is going to be a whole other. I don't even know how we're going to decide who to romance into, because I have, I would say, 2.5 romances into that I really love. But one of them, no, that's too much of a spoiler. I won't say yet. But yeah, I don't know. We might have to take a poll before we even start. I don't know. No, we can't do that, because for the first timers, you won't know who to. You forget, does Hot Green Man show up in this game? He does not. We will not see him until the next game. Alas, I know we could. Ideally, we would have had. Ideally, we would have had all games with the hot green man. Some folks just love that green man. Tragic indeed. Yeah. Hey, I am some folks. I love that green man. He is hot. He's a great character. But he is a great character regardless of romancing him. But I really also love his romance too. Romancing hot Spectre Tango specialist, right? Listen, there's so many there's a lot of great romances in the Mass Effect series. There's only 2 options. Both are very charming and wonderful in the first game. It's gonna be between Liara and Kaidan coming up here. Everybody else as the games move forward. We need a polymod. God, yeah. Maybe I'll look into it. Because this is what happened to us in Dragon Age, is I was like, I really love all the romances in Dragon Age as well, 2 TOO, and all in like the series. There's like all of the romances and Origins I love. Dragon Age 2, I really enjoy several of them and love 2 of them. And then Inquisition, I really love a lot of the romances there, with like 2 standouts for me, but was like, yeah. So that is how I could not decide between my romance options in Origins when I was streaming it, and that is how we came upon the polymod. So maybe I'll look it up again. It could be a case like with Inquisition, where there is a polymod out there, but looking at it, I was like, it's too complicated, not just in terms of installing it, but also like in terms of like there was mechanical stuff you had to do to make it work, and like it seemed like they had warned it was glitchy as well, and so it just didn't seem worth it. But yeah, you're a hardcore Dragon Age nerd. Hell yeah. But yeah, so I will look into a Mass Effect polymod maybe, but if it seems like it's going to be more Inquisition polymod vibes than Dragon Age Origins or Dragon Age 2 polymod vibes, because those ones were pretty smooth. There was some awkward hiccups with, I would say, Origins, with like the awkward dialogue to get it to happen in game, but otherwise and also Varric saying every love interest's name at once during the epilogue. That was also that was a fun Dragon Age 2 polymod hiccup. But they were like easy to install, ran smoothly. Yeah. You regret that Origins does not allow you to romance Stan. I agree. I think that would have been a fun romance. I think it would ultimately have to end like it's a romance that would like be finite, but I also think that that's not necessarily a bad thing. My top romance in Inquisition is sure finite. Anyway, I should mention that like I've streamed all of Dragon Age up to the end of Inquisition, by which I mean the Trespasser DLC. I haven't streamed any Veilguard yet, and I also am not personally finished playing Veilguard yet, so we'll try and avoid spoilers for Veilguard if that's possible, but yeah. But otherwise, yeah. I mean, the romance would end when Sten returns to the Qun, but still. Yeah, but like there's something to be said for like if you go into it knowing that, then I don't know. I feel like you'd still have a good, fulfilling time, and goodness knows that you don't go into Inquisition knowing that one of the romances is going to end, and it's still a good time. You hated Veilguard? That's too bad. Veilguard does not exist, just like the Star Wars Holiday Special. I mean, so I've been enjoying Veilguard just fine as so far. Again, trying to stay out of spoilers. All I'll say is, like, I definitely have my issues with it. A lot of whether or not I like it is going to hinge on a few story things that I don't know yet, so we'll see. But I very much enjoyed the gameplay, and I like a lot of the characters. That's kind of all I'll say for now. I think I'll say more later when I can like speak more freely, because I feel like all of my complaints have caveats and all of my compliments also have caveats, and that, yeah, As a standalone game, Veilguard is average. As a Dragon Age game, Veilguard is trash. I've heard that as a like general opinion, and certainly as like a standalone game, I can certainly say that I've been enjoying Veilguard. Jury's still out for me on it as a Dragon Age game. Again, I can't say much more than that without spoiling stuff, slash risking prompting spoilery talk, so I will leave it there, but I'm sure I will have lots to say about Veilguard at some point in the future when I finish it. But yeah. Wish they had made Veilguard as just a generic fantasy game without any Dragon Age characters in it. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna turn the conversation back to Mass Effect just because or earlier Dragon Age games for that matter, just because I don't think I have much to offer on the Veilguard front until I finished it, and I don't want to be spoiled. Not that you're spoiling anything, just to be clear. I just don't have... all of my comments will just be boring comments where I'll be like, talking too vaguely, and I'll risk saying spoilers and all that stuff. I can slip up like that very easily. But all this to say that romance-wise, if I can find a polymod that is more akin... Let's go back to how Fenris is a gorgeous man. He sure is. And that voice. We won't talk about what happened to Fenris in my stream playthrough. Yeah, but it's meant to continue the story, so you like that. Yeah. But yeah, so if I can find a polymod for Mass Effect, which I'm sure they're out there, I will look into it and see if it is more akin to like the Origins Dragon Age 2 polymod, then I say we go for it. If it is more like the Inquisition one, then I think we just leave it and we play the game as is. Less worried about it. I'm less worried about it for this first game, again, because you only have two options, which, oh yes, to respond to Dragon Cat's comment earlier, yes, you only get to romance Liara is a romance option for FemShep or Male Shep. And then if you're Male Shep, you can romance Ashley, and if you're FemShep, you can romance Kaidan. So you can either romance a human of a different gender of your Shepard or Liara. But yeah. Anyway, alas, we must move on from the Veilguard conversation, because I cannot give full opinions, and I don't think anyone else can give full opinions without spoiling me. Anyway, yep. So we'll just continue the Kaidan romance and eventually maybe have to break up with somebody. You can romance Liara. She's still a hot alien you can romance, but yeah, it's either a human option of a different gender from your own, or Liara is the hot alien option. Because indeed, what is a Mass Effect game without romancing hot aliens? Well, maybe it's... I have no opinions on who I want this Shepard to romance in the first game. So we're gonna pursue both for now, and then I will let chat decide. I'm not sure if I'll let chat decide because chat's not always... I feel like it's too time pressure for chat, so it may be a case of where I do like a poll on probably Instagram. Yeah, probably Instagram stories, because I don't really use Twitter anymore. I used to do polls on Twitter, but I don't really use Twitter anymore. So we may romance Liara. Who knows? You mean as the only hot alien, Liara is the only viable option, right? Hey, I respect that opinion for sure. Yeah, like I said, Liara was my first ever romance. She has a very special place in my heart as a romance. And yeah, but I do think the Kaidan romance is also very charming. So I do think, in all seriousness, that they are both very viable options. But yes, if we're going the all aliens all the time route, then Liara is the way to go. Liara is a great character even without a romance. Yeah, that is true. I do think you get a fuller relationship with Liara's friendship than you do with anybody else's friendship, whereas most characters you have to kind of romance them to like get all of their nuance. I think Liara is maybe the only character where that's not the case, where you kind of get you can get a lot out of her friendship as well. That's not totally true. Again, I don't want to spoil future games, but I do feel like Mass Effect 2, that's mostly true, that like you have to romance characters in Mass Effect 2 in order to get their like the full nuance of their character. I think Mass Effect 3 is a little bit better rounded with the friendship arcs than 2 is. But yeah.
You're not out of line, Kaidan, but there are regs.
I get you, Shepard. I don't make a habit of complicating the chain of command. Just think about what I said.
Okay, now do you have anything
Just
to
trying to
say?
get a sense
Probably
of where
not.
the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
Poor Kaidan, because we had the romance conversation and also the Dragon Age conversation while talking to him, it was truly just me standing there staring at him while he tried to ask me out, you know?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Dr. Tassoni.
Okay, I think we did say this.
She seems nice enough. I mean, if you like the bookish sort.
Any intentions there, Lieutenant?
None, Commander.
What if I installed a polymod and we all dated each other?
We'll talk later, Kaidan.
I'd like that.
Yeah, unless you're gonna install. Listen, that's one of the things. Part of the joy of the polymod is just to stop my indecision. Okay, yeah, that's just my room. I think we're not getting to Pharos tonight. Oh wait, no. Yes, no, I do want to go to the elevator. God, I've forgotten my own ship. It's been far too long. Hey, Wrex.
What do you want, Shepard?
I don't know, just to like ask about your life or whatever.
Why did you become a mercenary?
Lots of reasons.
Such as?
Such as, I needed to get out of our system. I needed to eat. I needed to survive.
You shouldn't even have to mod the game for poly option. You should just be able to change it to poly settings. So I think, like, there's certainly a discussion to be had there. I think it depends on the game. They should update the game with poly option preferences. Well, the thing is, I think it depends on what you are wanting out of the last No Jenkins romance. Hey, how would we know? You know, we didn't have time for sure. But I think it depends on like what the writers want to be doing with poly option and the preferences. Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah, that if because like it's kind of the character sexual writing of romances versus like orientation writing of romances. So like they kind of went this direction in Dragon Age 2. It's arguable that like Baldur's Gate 3 also goes this direction of like the idea of all the romance options are available to everybody. That they all, regardless of the gender of the protagonist, are going to be interested in a romance with you, versus like the Mass Effect 3 approach where everybody has an orientation. So you have a couple of bisexual characters, you have a couple of gay characters, and you have a couple of straight characters. So I think if we it depends what they're wanting to like develop in that case, where it's like if they're wanting to tell a story with the romances, then I can see why they would want to like be specific about who can do what. I know that Trick Weeks has talked about like the desire to implement poly romances into BioWare games, and that the like complication from their perspective was the idea that it would have to be a case of like a character and a specific character that are okay with being in a polyamorous relationship with the protagonist in order for it to like the way they write their romances to work out. And even like with something like you see that even with Baldur's Gate 3, where like there's one character that is polyamorous that all the rest of the romances pretty much there's maybe one romance option that isn't okay with it, but I think because you're not technically supposed to be able to recruit both those characters. But the idea that like there's a specific character that is like the poly character in order to make that work, because it becomes like not just a writing issue but like a programming issue. And you definitely do see that with the poly mods being kind of clunky in how they like get you there, and how they have to kind of like ignore the other romances, and there's like not a lot of nuance to it. So I think that is where you run into like, if you don't care about that level of nuance, then it's fine, and that can just be a fun time, and that's cool, and I'm into it. And like any game where that's not like a big part of the story, that would be fun. But I do see the argument for like, if you want to be able to bring proper nuance to it, that it becomes a lot more complicated than just what the polymods allow for, which is to just romance everyone, but like every romance is pretending you're not in a polyamorous romance. What the writers want is irrelevant. We need to catch all of the tail. Hey, and that is why the mods exist. Because I think there's because in all seriousness, I do think that like what the story that the writers are trying to tell does matter, and there's like certainly specific characters where like I wouldn't mod a romance into it if I wanted it. I think the big example, going back to Dragon Age for a second, is like Dorian and Dragon Age Inquisition. I think it is really vitally like important part of his character and the story that David Gator, as a gay man, was trying to tell with this gay character, that he be gay and therefore not available to female protagonists. And like, I like the idea of like having a similar representation with a polyamorous relationship where the writers and like hopefully poly writer would be able to like tell a polyamorous story through that character's romance. But again, that's legitimately not always what is the point of the romances in a game. Oftentimes is like what BioWare writers want out of the romances in their game, but like that's not always what they want. And sometimes we do just want to chase tail, and that is fun and fine. And I think we are hopefully getting more games that are just like allowing for that as well. So, but in order to like bring the nuance that they often bring to these kinds of romances in these games specifically, it does become a more complicated matter than just having like a poly toggle. And also I like get you prefer it when characters have specific orientations they adhere to. You just don't want to have to install a mod for the characters to pretend that they're the only one you're romancing. Yeah, right. Yeah, because it's again, I am quite happy with either way. It really just depends on the story that is trying to be told, because I think there is a lot of value in the characters having specific orientations and it being like a part of the character. But I also see the value in like making allowances for player choice and, like, you know, fulfilling a fantasy when you're playing a game, the same way that you might be like fulfilling. It just really depends on the game. So for me, I'm quite happy either way. We know the strengths and weaknesses of a polymod. We sure do. We know what we signed up for. Just build the mod directly to the game. Well, I mean, so you could kind of do that, I suppose, in the same way that, like, my only other example for this outside of BioWare games has been Baldur's Gate 3, and the fact that, like, they have a direct line for you to set up mods and install mods. So, yeah. I think the problem with building the mod, I like that they make it easy to mod stuff, and that the problem with building the mod directly into the game is if it's directly into the game, then it maybe undermines what they were trying to do if the base version is supposed to not have a mod. And so, like, that's why we just gotta settle for those wonderful modders out there. bless their hearts. But no, you're absolutely right. We know what we signed up for. I knew what I signed up for. You knew there were complaints about Kaidan being available for a gay romance in Mass Effect 3, but I just thought of it as him coming out in his 30s rather than earlier. Yeah, I agree. There was, because there's nothing really in the first game. Like, he only talks about interest in women, but only because he brings up the two people he's ever been interested in, one of which we haven't got to yet in this game. But, like, you as a femshep, he's not interested in Liara, so and then he will bring up a past person that he was interested in, but that by no means means that he wasn't ever interested in men, and absolutely could have come out later and had, you know, some revelations about himself over the course of some pretty big galactic events as we go. Yeah, and then I actively think that, like, for balance reasons, they didn't make Ashley available, but we're flirty as hell. I said this last time. The way we say goodbye to Ashley and the way she says goodbye, like, it's flirty as hell. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, all this to say that it certainly did not seem integral to their characters and didn't seem like a big change to me. Yeah, the only way it felt artificial was in the reverse. Like, why was he not available in the first game? Like, it's only in hindsight that it seems. Yeah, anyway. That's just a long-winded way of saying that I agree.
Why not stay and help your people?
I tried to help. That's why I had to leave.
What happened?
I was betrayed. I was head of a small tribe. We were trying to restore order after the war, but the other tribes were against us. They followed Jared, one of the few warlords who survived the war with the Turians. But he was old, and so were his ideas. He wanted to continue the war. He wanted us to fight. Turians, Solarians, each other. It didn't matter who, as long as we were fighting.
What did you want?
I just wanted Jared to shut up. To stop his ranting.
This is why we want to romance Wrex.
I wanted him to stop leading the tribes astray. But he couldn't understand how much things had changed. We didn't have the numbers to go to war. Even if we did, the genophage made sure we couldn't replenish our numbers fast enough. I told them all to forget about war.
I also love
We
Wrex.
needed to focus on breeding, at least for one generation. And for a while, we were getting through. Some of the
Wrex
tribes
is such a
started
progressive.
coming around.
Hey, absolutely for Krogan, he is.
I take it the warlord didn't appreciate that.
No, he didn't. He arranged a crush with the tribes, a meeting on neutral ground. He wanted to talk. We met at the Hollows, near the graves of our ancestors. The skulls of our dead laid bare to remind us where we come from and where we all go. It's as sacred as any Krogan place can be. Violence is forbidden.
Take a sabbatical from fighting, focus on fucking. Wrex, 21. What's the year? I don't remember. The year in game. I know what year it is. IRL. Do I? 2026? Yeah, okay. I know what year it is. But yeah, that's what I heard.
Sounds like a trap to me. You must have suspected as much.
I did. But when your father invites you to a crush, well, there are some laws that even we hold sacred.
What?
Jared was your father?
He was. Until that day. We talked, but we didn't get anywhere. When it was clear that I wouldn't join him, he gave the signal. His men leapt from the graves of our ancestors like Krogan undead.
I like that line.
The few that were loyal to me died quickly. I escaped with my life, but not before I sank my dagger deep into my father's chest. That is why I left, and that's why I'll never go back.
You must have family other than your father. Don't you miss them?
You trying to make me cry, Shepard? I've got some unfinished business with my family, but that's all.
Imagine trying to assassinate your own son, right? I tell ya.
What kind of business?
Before I left, I made an oath
I'm nosy,
to my
Wrex.
father's father. I swore to recover my family's battle armor. It was taken from him after the uprising.
What's so important about this armor?
It's a relic. Useless, really. But it was worn by 5 generations of my family before the war. It's rightfully mine. Originally, it was taken by the Turian military. We weren't allowed armor or weapons after the war. Now, it's in the hands of Taun Actus, a Turian scum who collects relics from the war.
Boo!
He's made millions selling Krogan artifacts that were stolen from my people.
Ew, boo.
He's got several bases where he stores his goods. All fortified and guarded. I just don't know which base has my family's armor.
I'll find it.
Just tell me where to start looking.
I'll upload the data to your nav system.
Yeah, boo!
I want to be there when you find him.
Yeah, hell yeah, Wrex. Okay.
So long, Wrex.
Shepard.
Commander?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
I'm sure we asked this already too. We absolutely did.
Story about her and her mom not talking. They're family, right?
I think she's being straight with us. Or at least I don't think she lies very
God, ain't that the truth?
Yeah, she's probably really bad. Hey, want me to ask her about her sex life? That might be illuminating.
I don't think she's used to teasing, good-natured or otherwise.
Yeah.
No fun, Commander.
Every time we try to make
Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands
any
of years.
kind of joke with her.
That's impressive.
I mean, I don't talk to my mom. Yeah, I was like, actually, the fact that you're really close with your family is showing. As somebody who is really close with my family, I am very aware that that's not always the case. And I try very hard to not assume things based on my own familial experience about other people's relationships with their families, because they tend to be, because not only am I close with my family, it's like we get along, I would say, freakishly well, and like my sisters and I get along freakishly well. Yeah, we're freaks, exactly. So, and everyone we meet calls us freaks and is like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why do you all get along so well? So, yeah, I feel like Ashley has that experience, but without all of the people telling her that that's rare and weird. So, yeah, a little bit sheltered, our Ashley, I think, despite being a space soldier. You would like to be close to your mom, but unfortunately she is both a misogynist and a racist, so what can you do? And I think that's like, yeah, it's the idea of having different core values to your family is unfortunately very common, and it makes it very difficult to be close with them. So yeah, I think that's incredibly fair.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
Anyway, that
Sure.
sucks, and I'm sorry.
I was just watching some mail from home.
Oh, before I go.
Oh, speaking of Ashley's family.
News vid about the Normandy. He's cute. Later, sis.
Let's pretend this never happened.
Are you interested in the lieutenant, Chief?
No, ma'am. And anyway, Scuttlebutt says he's already sweet on someone. What's
Who?
up? You didn't come by to eavesdrop on family mail.
Your family.
Yeah, I did. I'm
seems to be
nosy.
Yeah, we've always been close. Me and my sisters especially. With Dad on duty
See,
so
there we
much,
go.
I had to help Mom raise them.
Yeah, if it was just a personality thing, we could work it out. But unfortunately, I don't believe that people of color are inferior. Yeah, I mean that's exactly. A core value difference is like that's incredibly difficult to. Yeah, it's really difficult to be close with someone in that situation. Yeah, there's a difference, I think, between just like not getting along and that, for sure.
Did your father serve with the fleet?
Yeah, took any crap posting he could get that offered space time. You know what? He worked his ass off trying to get recognized, but he never made it above serviceman 3rd class. He was real proud when I met Chief. First thing he did was salute.
What about your mother? You haven't mentioned her.
You must know what military wives are like. Strong because they have to be, able to raise kids while Dad's away on a 6-month cruise. She has a degree in planetary geology. She and Dad both wanted to see new worlds. She gave up her career to raise us, though.
You have more than one sister? Sounds like a big family.
Yeah, I'm the oldest, then Abby, then Lynn. Sarah's the youngest.
Oh, no.
She's still in high school. With 4 girls, Dad used to say he felt more outnumbered at home than on maneuvers.
Where did you grow up?
All over. We transferred a half a dozen times before I finished grade school. You go where personnel command sends you, right? I guess that's why I'm so tight with my sisters.
That makes sense.
We'd have to leave all our friends every 2 or 3 years.
After helping raise them, your sisters still talk to you? Amazing.
Things were tense between Sarah and me for a while. Then we bonded.
Sounds like a story. Feel like sharing?
Sarah got herself a boyfriend who wanted to go faster than she did. Mike. I didn't think he was a bad kid, just pushy. Lynn would send me these worried vid mails, and I'd tell her to relax.
Where were you when this was going on?
I was on active duty. Sarah's graduating high school this year. This was only a couple of years back. They were on Amaterasu. At the time, I was assigned to Chernobog. Same cluster, but a dozen Hellwire away. Close enough to talk regularly, too far to make it back in an emergency. I couldn't afford a fast packet flight.
If he really liked her, he wouldn't be pushy.
Yeah, of course. If he didn't ask at all, I'd wonder if he thought Sarah was ugly. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
There's a happy medium there.
Romantic walk in the woods.
You can ask and not be pushy.
She levered Mike face first into a tree and left. Didn't have a scratch on her. Good thing Mom and Dad had us all learn some kind of self-defense. I took emergency leave and walked Sarah to school for a few days.
Also had a guy in the family of women saying he's outnumbered. Yeah, it's like, I'm trying to remember if I ever recall my dad making jokes like that, and I feel like it was more occasionally other people would make jokes like that. I don't recall him ever making that kind of comment. 'Cause yeah. There's like a weird thought of like, well, if you had sons and daughters, would it be like you and the sons versus your wife and your daughters? Anyway, it's all meant in tongue-in-cheek and good fun and all that, but it is a little weird.
Why didn't you tell the police?
She said it wouldn't solve the real problem, and she and Mike would both become household names. It was a small colony. I said it was her call to make, that we should let her do it her way. Mom was pretty pissed about that.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's a little weird.
You said all of your sisters learned self-defense?
Lynn did pistol practice, but didn't like it. She's kind of nervous. Sarah took Aikido. Abby decided to learn the sword. She always was a little weird. Likes big skirts. And
Justice for Abby!
They do great things to her figure, though.
Hey, minor spoiler for the series, but we don't really get any Abby content, and I would love to. She sounds cool as hell.
So, what did you learn?
One of Dad's friends taught me Marine hand to hand.
You traveled all the way home to walk your sister to school.
It was only a dozen light years, like a day's cruise. It's not like I was going to Earth or something. My last day out, Mike was waiting for us. Sarah had told her friends, so everyone at school knew what he did. He wasn't happy. I wanted to snap him in half, but Sarah gave me this look, this let me handle it, I need to do this alone look. She kept her cool, God bless her, as he screamed in her face. She just let him vent. Then he tried to punch her. I swear, she just flowed around him. Next thing I knew, he's face down on the sidewalk and there's blood everywhere.
Yeah, for me, it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, if it's where context is important, where it's like, if that is like the only thing that's a little weird, then I'm like, okay, that's probably not that serious, but it can absolutely be like, it's something that you like lock away as like, maybe not a red flag, but a yellow flag, and then as you see more, it's like, no, this is fitting into a larger context of a weird worldview. People do try to get away with shit by following it up with just a joke.
That's unbelievable. Sarah must be as good as you.
Better. I'm more or less a straight-up puncher. When he swung, she wasn't there anymore, and he fell. She helped him stop the bleeding and had me call an ambulance. She told the paramedics he fell. Before they took him to the hospital, Mike touched Sarah's arm. I thought he was gonna end up on the ground again. But he hung his head, whispered, "I'm sorry," and started crying. And she hugged him. The Williams women are a decisive bunch, Commander. We do things when we're ready. Not before, not after.
Yeah, both context of like the conversation, but also the larger context of the person making the joke is you can get away with, there are people, the same two people can make the same joke and I can be okay with it coming from one person and not okay with it coming from another person because I can like trust the intention of one person more than the other based on like a pattern of behavior leading up to that joke, you know?
Your sister's something else. But you didn't mention your father at all. Was he on deployment?
Dad always wanted to serve in space, but he wanted us to have real ground under our feet. He'd say, space is beautiful, but you can't raise a family there. I cannot rest from travel. I will drink life to the lees. All times I've enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly, both with those that love me and alone. For always roaming with a hungry
That's
heart,
it, I can do that part
much
from
have
memory,
I
but not
seen
this
and
part.
known. Cities of men and manners, climates, councils, governments.
Ulysses, that poem is used as the lyrics to a choral piece called Untraveled World that I sang years and years ago. That is really beautiful and kind of badass song. So like I know pockets of that poem because it doesn't use the whole poem as the lyrics, it just used pieces of it, but I have pockets of that poem memorized, which was very impressive in high school when they would bring that poem up and I could recite a decent chunk of it from memory right off the bat. It's so good. Yeah, I guess I'm like, God, is there I don't know if I have a choir to recommend to look up singing it, but Untraveled Worlds. It's a great, great piece. Yeah, it's just a great piece. It's got a badass violin part. And it's just, yeah, so it's just very fun to, by Paul Halley there, yes, thank you. So I knew you'd know, Saberni. You always, I could trust you to remember composers most of the time. Maybe not all the time, but more than I do in any case.
I never thought I'd hear you reciting poetry.
Just because I can drill you between the eyes at 100 meters doesn't mean I can't like sensitive stuff.
You Googled it. See, at the very least, you know what to look up. Yeah, yeah.
Every time he shipped out, he recorded me reading it.
It was
He
in
had
her
a
brain
dozen versions
somewhere.
when he retired.
As soon as you said Paul Halley, I was like, I've definitely seen that name before. That's right. And we'll say it's a good piece. Sure. I like to think that the Shepard read a lot and like that got interested in space by reading a lot back on Earth, you know? You knew it was Paul something. I wouldn't even have had that guess, but it was like enough that seeing the name, if you'd given me a list of names, I could have maybe picked it out, but I don't think I would have come up with it on my own.
Does he still like it?
I sure hope so. I read it to his grave every time I go home. Dad passed on a few years back. He's probably still watching, though.
You mean from wherever we go after death?
Dead on, Skipper. He's with God now. That's not a problem with you, is it? That I believe in God?
Not my business. Yeah, I always get to this point and forget about this conversation and then get to this point and be like, what is this Shepard's belief? I think she hasn't thought it so hard. It actually is so American. She is. Yeah. I don't think it's something we thought that hard about. I think we certainly weren't raised religious because we were raised in gangs. Unless they had been weird religious gangs, but that was not the impression I got about the 10th Street Reds. Though, now that they've gone that direction, now that they've gotten, like, in an extreme direction, the extreme version of it.
Everyone has the right to believe what they want. Says so in the Alliance Charter, only with fancier words.
I'm glad you're open-minded about it. I've met a few people who were really weirded out by my faith. Because I work in space, I can't believe in a higher power? Jeez. Hello, have you people looked out the window? How can you look at this galaxy and not believe in something? I should get back to my duties. Didn't mean to take up so much of your time.
Cool. I think we said everything now. But, like, listen to the way we say goodbye.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am?
I don't know, it's flirty to me. Anyway.
Commander, good to see you.
You've been with CSec a while. Have you seen much action?
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
Tell me a story, Garrus. This is Garrus. I realize we haven't talked. He used to be, like, basically a Citadel cop, and then he quit to join us.
I bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out?
Right? The dismissed chief is definitely flirty. You can argue about the ma'am. Dismissed chief is so flirty.
Was a bit disturbing.
I love Garrus. Me too.
What happened? Why were you investigating him?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on the Citadel. Most of it harmless, nothing I needed to pursue. But during the course of my investigation, I noticed an increase in the trade of body parts. Organs, mostly.
Ew.
We usually get a few of those, but
Organs.
not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak was harvesting organs.
I have body part plushies in my background. Take me now and take me hard. We, like, just met. We're just getting to know each other. But that was the funny story, I don't know, behind the scenes story. No, this is maybe too spoilery for future games for people who haven't played, but just like, I guess all I will say is that this was a common, the desire to romance Garrus in the first game was very strong, and it really took the creators behind Mass Effect by surprise. But they were like, huh, okay, and I think it's why we get more everyone's humanoid. All of the alien romance options are humanoid, but you get less human-y. Liara is just a blue lady, whereas our beloved green man we talked about is, a little bit more of a lizard fella, and then, you have Turians, and you have, I think they realized when people were so obsessed with Garrus, and also to a certain extent Tali as well. People wanted to romance Tali, though she's maybe more conventionally human looking, just in a suit where you can't see her. But they got I think they got more diverse, I suppose, in the types of aliens you could romance in future games, because they realized that we were not turned off by an exoskeleton.
You've seen this before on the Citadel?
Every so often, some lab sells unwanted parts through the black market, but they're not as bad as the cycles. I remember this one L-Corps diplomat we caught in my first year on the job. He was hacking people up and selling their organs, had the station in a bit of a panic. But this case wasn't that clear-cut. Turns out there was more going on than first
You feel like if you're gonna seduce someone, you need to do it before you learn anything about them. So cynical. But I suppose that perhaps the definition of seduce does require you to not know. Because, it's not seducing to get to know somebody, fall in love. That's not really a seduction. That's just a normal relationship progression. So you may have a point.
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests. The weird thing was, the match led us to a Turian who was still alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver.
Alarming.
After a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Salion, the geneticist. So I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development, but there was nothing. No Salarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
Say more.
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicles?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the genophage. It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's 40,000 for a full set. Somebody's making a killing out there.
That delivery is iconic. So just the pause and the someone's making a killing out there. He only just realized.
What'd you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
You mean threatening? Was that really necessary?
Maybe, maybe not. Either way, it paid off.
He's like, don't worry about it.
One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the
It's not the point of the story.
We offered to patch him up, and he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body, some of them fresh. That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes. Walking, living test tubes.
Every time you learn too much about a man, he turns out to be an asshole. You can't do anything with him because you know better. Grim. Rough. It's tough out there.
He was growing parts inside these people?
Fucked up?
Exactly.
Hey, that's fucked up.
He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Then he harvested them and sold them off. Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good. Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in them.
Fucked up.
Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden so nobody could see it.
I feel like this storyline, I get it mixed up with the episode, the Firefly episode, The Message, and I always think that's what the character in that episode is doing. But no, he's actually replaced his organs with other organs that he's smuggling. Anyway, human or physical organic body organ smuggling. Sci-fi thing. Classic sci-fi.
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
Don't tell me that.
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostages if we tried to stop him.
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but CSec headquarters countermanded my order. They were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian casualties if the ship was destroyed so close to the Citadel. I told them those hostages were dead anyway. We just used them to make more organs. But they wouldn't listen.
Yeah, but I think in our hearts we're like, well, they're right about it being too close to the Citadel. It was... I think this Shepard would have had a tough time with that, because I think we would have... I wouldn't want to risk it crashing into a civilian neighborhood on the Citadel if it was really close still. I could see being like, well, if they're gonna die horrible deaths anyway. But then what about the civilians?
It's not worth the risk. You pursue the vessel
I
and
feel like this could
disable
be
it.
resolved
That's
with a
the best choice.
specialized
They
android.
sent the military after him, but he got away just the same.
Or
Yes, they did.
specialized
I went to Garrus,
tactics
told him what I
and
thought of him and his
reconnaissance.
policies. He said if I didn't like it, I could quit. Well, I almost did. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it all.
Yeah, I think this Shepard's in a tough choice.
I suppose I can see both sides. But what's done is done.
Tough
I
choice.
suppose. Can't waste too much time worrying about it now. Just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
But yeah, I've had lots of Shepards who are like, stop him at all cost. How could they let him go? And Shepards who were like, no, if there was even a chance of saving the hostages, we gotta do it. You know? I think our Earthborn background is we're a little more maybe less optimistic. I'm gonna kill the hostages. It's not a good threat when your hostages are when you're already fucking them up. After you kill the hostages, you have no leverage. Well, I guess that's the beauty of multiple hostages, you know? Civilians can take care of themselves. They just, the classic duck and cover from the crashing ship.
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Salian?
I sent out feelers from time to time, hoping to find something. I thought I'd found him a while back. He changed ships and changed his name to Dr. Hart. His
LOL.
idea of agility, yes. I told the military, but they weren't convinced it was him. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship, but I just can't get anyone to check it out.
Eventually you run out of hostages? I mean, maybe if they never give in. I mean, I think you would learn pretty quickly whether or not they give in. Also, if that's the only collateral you have, then, it makes sense that's what he would do. But, so either your threat is meaningless or you run out of leverage and then there's no reason people can't kill you. Again, this is presupposing that you will run out of leverage, because once you show you're willing to do it, if you're periodically killing off people, eventually the hope would be, and I would hope this on either side of this situation, that the willingness to let people keep dying is going to run out before the hostages run out. But, I mean, I guess maybe if you don't have a lot of hostages, that's more likely, but real grim thought if you have a whole ship full of hostages and the nobody's willing to negotiate as you slowly but surely off them one by one. I don't know, I think with enough hostages, it becomes a pretty compelling leverage. It'd work on me in any case.
I'll check out the coordinates when I get a chance.
I was hoping you'd say that. But Commander, take me with you when you go. If it's Leon, I want to be there when you find him.
But politicians have no qualms about allowing people to die horribly. I mean, certainly a lot don't, sure. Things are real grim, and I think things are really grim right now in a way where it's easy to forget that a lot of people do actually care about human lives, and I know we're in a dark time wherein it is hard to see that, especially the fact that we have a lot of people in power right now who don't give a fuck about people dying horribly, and it really sucks and it really is awful. But we have a lot of people, unfortunately, not necessarily in power right now, but we have a lot of people who care a lot if people die, and yeah, I don't know. I guess not to get too real all of a sudden, but I do think it is not hopeless, and that there are people who care out there. I mean, I think that is true about a lot of people right now, yes, but I think there is a lot of room for there to be societal shift, and it's going to be long and painful, but I think it'll happen. I don't know. Are there people who care? Absolutely. Are there politicians who care? Probably not. I mean, again, I think there are. I think we're in a bad spot right now where the ones with the most power and who are the loudest don't care, and so it makes it hard to hear the ones that do care. And I think the ones that do care need to figure out how to do more, but I think it is more complicated than this little Mass Effect streamer can talk through, I suppose, in this moment. I'm more optimistic, I suppose, despite everything. And frankly, I have to be, because I think just believing that the people in power are always going to be the worst is defeatist, and we won't get anywhere if we don't believe in a better world with better people taking care of us. Because that is ultimately the job of, or at least I believe that is ultimately the job of people in charge, is to take care of their constituents.
Shepard, I'm glad you're here.
Good to see you smiling again.
Oh yeah, she was feeling really homesick last time we talked to her.
I'm sleeping much better now. I guess I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is. I still think a lot about my pilgrimage, though. I know Saren's our top priority, but with all the worlds we go to, I was hoping to find something to bring back to the flotilla.
We've still got a long way to go. You'll find something to take back.
Yes, but
this is the
cannot
pilgrimage
just
I was
be
talking
some
about earlier.
derelict ship my people can use for salvage. It has to be more than that. There's a lot expected of me.
Oh, did I spoil stuff? Have we not revealed this yet?
What's so special about you?
It's my
I
father.
think I spoiled stuff in my
He's the senior
recap.
member of the Admiralty Board. He's one of only 5 people who can overrule the decisions of the Conclave for the good of the migrant fleet. My father is responsible for the lives of 17 million people. Our entire race is in his hands, and I'm his only child.
See, there we go. This is I was like, the upside of taking long breaks during a game that I'm well familiar with is I'll be able to recap it no problem and jump right into it. This is the downside, is I may forget what information has already been revealed and accidentally spoil stuff in the recap. Whoopsie. Maybe in the VOD I'll, edit that bit out. Whoopsie daisy. Because it's been, again, for anyone who like didn't see my last stream, it was like 2 months ago. I was on a very long hiatus because of work and then you know, Christmas and stuff. So whoopsie daisy. Really, I should. No, I can't rewatch all my streams. That's too much. Oh well, at least it wasn't a huge spoiler. It was, you just got a little treat, a little bonus treat about Tali a little early. At least it was this stream that we learned it in, so that I wasn't spoiling that with like every recap moving forward. Political philosophy is hope for the best, but assume the worst, because the worst is probably correct. Mine is similar, but it's hope for the best, assume the worst. The truth is probably somewhere in the middle. But yeah. And maybe not even assume the worst, expect the worst. Like I have to be careful just for my own personal self about not getting too stuck in the worst case scenario, because I will just live there, and that becomes a very bad place to be, and a very unproductive place to be as well.
So are you some kind of heir to the Quarian throne or something?
Princess Tali?
No, it doesn't work that way. My father's position isn't hereditary. I'll probably never serve on the Admiralty Board myself.
But you're a Nepo baby.
Officially, I'm just the same as any other citizen. But it doesn't work that way in practice. People have always treated me differently because of who my father is.
You must get all kinds of special privileges.
I probably had it easier than most growing up, but it's not all good. People like my father have enemies, and they're not above using me to get to him.
That must be tough on you.
My people place a high value on family and ancestry. There's an unspoken expectation that I'll live up to my father's example. Everyone's waiting for me to do something great on my pilgrimage.
No.
Something that will forever change our lives for the better.
Huge ask.
It's like I failed, and that reflects badly on both me and my father.
Wild expectations there. It better change our lives forever for the better, so...
The work you're doing here is more important than anything any Quarian's ever done before.
Yes, I
Can't
know.
you bring back good vibes as your gift?
Quarian culture. We're a very insular society. The events beyond the flotilla don't much matter to the average citizen.
I wonder if that'll ever come up
That
again.
one day, we'll return to our homeworld and drive out the Geth. But even if we stop Saren, that's not going to happen. There's still millions of Geth behind the veil. Until they're gone, our exile will continue.
What would you need to bring back to make everyone happy?
Something that would help us better understand the Geth. They've changed significantly since the exile. They've continued to evolve. We've done our best to study them, but it's not easy. They're very reclusive. Until recently, they never went beyond the borders of the Veil. And all the Geth we run into now are under Saren's control. We'd need to find Geth operating on their own, independently. But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission, Shepard. First, we stop Saren. Then I'll worry about my own problems.
Sure. Hey, let's ask about your father.
What was your father like?
It wasn't easy growing up as the daughter of one of the
More
Admiralty.
snooping.
Even before he joined the board, he was a prominent figure. People looked to him for leadership. He had to set an example, and he expected the same of his daughter. Plus, he was pretty strict, a military man through and through. He never allowed me to settle for anything less than excellence. As a kid, I sometimes felt like he was pushing me too hard. But now I'm old enough to appreciate what he taught me. The world doesn't owe us anything. If we want something in life, we have to earn it.
Where was your mother in all this?
Mother was around, but she always seemed to kind of blend into the background. Almost like she was overshadowed by my father. He tends to do that to people. She passed on about 5 years ago. Some airborne virus that swept through the fleet. Happens sometimes when the filters start to break down. I think my father took it pretty hard. After she was gone, he became even more focused on his work. I think that was his way of dealing with the grief.
Want to know what type of futuristic technology is being used in Mass Effect to make all of the women hot? Hey. That's... I gotta assume it's the EZO, you know? We all got that element 0 exposure. It's working for us.
Sounds like a tough upbringing. You don't resent your father at all?
Like I said, it wasn't easy. My father's not the kind of person you bond with, and he wasn't around all that much. Too busy.
Shepard, not much with the small talk.
People counted on him.
Straight
he took
into
his duty
it.
Seriously. Even when he was around, he always seemed a bit distant. Like his mind was always somewhere else. Come to think of it, I can't ever remember seeing him smile. Not once. It's like he was always weighed down by all that responsibility. I mean, I know he cares about me, but he never really showed it. Not in the usual way. I guess the best thing I can say about my father is that I respect him.
Okay.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
No, that's it.
I should go.
See you later.
That's actually all I have to say. Okay, that's everyone talking to. So, we now have personal quests for our 3 alien companions. Wrex, get his family armor. Garrus, track down this Dr. Salion, whatever his name is, fella. And Tali, get some good stuff. I want to talk about something else. Goodbye. It's every time Tali's, and the way Tali's conversations is always that, because you always have to get out by saying I want to talk about something else, and there's never anything new to talk about once you do that, so it's always straight to goodbye. So yeah, and then Tali's personal quest being to get something useful from the Geth for her pilgrimage. Now, hers is maybe the trickiest because you just kind of have to make sure you find it as you go along, whereas at least with, oh no, this isn't where I want to be. At least with Garrus and Wrex, you have like starting points for where to look for the stuff you're looking for. And then finally, we must now...
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
Yeah, we gotta make sure that we're also romancing you so that we can have an awkward confrontation about it with you and Kaidan later.
Maybe we could pick up where we left off. You were telling me about your interest in the Protheans.
Actually, I think I was talking about my interest in you, and making a fool of myself in the process. As I said, I am not used to dealing with people, especially humans. I did not really know much about your species when we first met, Shepard. I found it hard to take humanity seriously. Your kind always seemed so rushed and high-strung.
We do all have anxiety, yes.
We don't have the luxury of time, and Asari can live for 1,000 years. We're lucky if we hit 150.
That is true. At first I thought that was a weakness of your species. After spending time with you and your crew, however, I think it may actually be an advantage. You humans are creatures of action. You pursue your goals with an almost indomitable determination. It is an admirable trait, but also an intimidating one.
You're scared of us?
Unfortunately, the rest of the galaxy sees humanity as something of a bully. You run over anyone in your path to get what you want. It is up to people like you to change their minds, Shepard.
Yeah, we're enthusiastic.
I'm doing the best I can, Liara.
There is a reason the Council chose you to become a Spectre. They saw something special in you. The best of what humanity has to offer. I looked into your history. I know what happened on Akuz.
You and everyone else.
The fact that you survived shows a remarkable strength.
Y'all keep bringing it up.
You didn't need to go behind my back. I would have told you whatever you wanted to know.
I apologize, Commander. After our last conversation, I was afraid I would say something stupid again. I wanted to know more about you.
Liara.
To understand what made you into the woman you are. There is something compelling about you, Shepard.
Look, we're gonna die in around 100 years. And we have big feelings. Get out of our way. Exactly.
Are you sure you're interested in me? Or is it my visions of the Protheans?
I admit, your connection to the Protheans had something to do with my initial interest.
We all
but
have.
It has grown beyond that. You intrigue me, Shepard.
We all
But I
find
was not
visions
sure
of the
if it was
Protheans hot.
appropriate to act on my feelings. I thought there might already be a relationship between you and Lieutenant Alenko.
Sure.
I care about Kaidan. A lot.
I thought so. Still, I feel as if there is also some attraction between us, Shepard.
Yeah, there is. Hey, Jeremy, thank you for the bits. Hell yeah, thank you. This is Mass Effect 1. We're on the first Mass Effect. Look, someone having visions is extremely hot. It just, you know, it just is. What can I say? What can I say? But yes, no, we are on Mass Effect 1. We're playing the Legendary Edition, so that's why everybody looks so good, even though we're in the first game. Yeah, we're still pretty early on in it. And hey, thank you for the follow. Hell yeah. Yeah, and as for just real quick spoiler policies, just I have played the trilogy before, so I cannot be spoiled for the trilogy. However, some of my viewers have not played it before, so we still try to keep the chat as spoiler free as possible. So yeah, hell yeah, okay. Just thanks for the hydrate. I have been talking. I should drink some water. You should start referring to your dreams as visions. It sounds sexier. Hey, what are dreams but sleep visions, you know? Let's start something here.
You're right. There is something between us.
Indecision about who to romance.
And I knew you felt it too.
Is
But does this not seem rather strange? Why do I feel so close to you?
I don't know. I'm a babe.
We have only known each other a short time. We are from two different species. We have almost nothing in common. This makes no sense.
We're both hot. Good night, J Falcon. Thank you for joining the stream. I hope you have a good rest of your evening, night, you know, what have you. And hope to see you around again. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Oh. But yes, you're thinking too hard, Liara.
These things never make sense. They just happen and we get swept up in the storm.
You make it sound so chaotic, so dangerous.
What can I say? That's why it's fun. No.
I'll keep you safe.
I am not looking for a protector. This is
Sure.
all a bit overwhelming. I am not used to this. I need some time.
She really said, I'm not used to this. All Mass Effect 1 romances boil down to both of us are hot. Truly. Both of us are hot and we might die. That's what it boils down to. Because, like, you'll notice in the Kaidan romance, we're like, hey, there's regulations and stuff. Well, let me tell you, when shit hits the fan, we stop caring so much about regulations.
Take all the time you need, Liara. I'll be here.
Thank you, Shepard. Let's just talk about something else for now.
Nah. Yeah, no, we've talked about everything.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Once again, let's talk about something else, and being like, nope, I got what I wanted out of this conversation. It's even better in the version of the conversation where you're like, no, I'm so sorry, I'm not interested, you have misread this situation. Is the let's talk about something else goodbye absolutely happens again. But it's like after she's like, oh my goodness, I'm so embarrassed. Oh, let's talk about something else. And then you go, bye. You just leave. So the last thing that she said in the conversation was how embarrassed she was. Can we please talk about something else? And you said, nah, and just bounced. I know that it, like, in universe isn't like that, that mechanically that's just how the conversation tree works, but it's very funny to think that it's just like poor Liara alone in her room going like, oh no, I've made such a fool of myself. So slightly better, at least in this situation where I haven't left her feeling terribly embarrassed. Yeah, okay. All right, so I think we are just not gonna get to, I got too chatty. We had too many things to say. So we're not gonna get to, I think I should call it probably around now. I'll maybe get us to a planet. What planets are? Let me refer to my notebook. Is there a quick one I can do? Just because I'm afraid I'm gonna go in there and like somebody's gonna talk to me on the radio and we'll miss it. So I should go somewhere. Oh, I can cross this off. I know a lot of these are quite quick. Call it? You don't need to call it. You don't have a life outside of Mass Effect. God, I wish it were the case. I wish it were true. No. Yeah, I mean, all of these are reasonably short, so I will... No, it should work out reasonably well that I start next stream with some side quests and then start Pharos. Maybe get like halfway through Pharos. Yeah, because then that will leave me a good amount of time to do like the back half of it and then do some like cleanup stuff. Because it's like you always have a bit of this cleanup after each major mission where you go talk to everybody, you check back in at the Citadel, you check back in with all your companions, all that stuff. So that'll be long enough that rather than trying to do Pharos all in one stream and then have all of that stuff, I think it makes sense to start with some side quests. And I should add to my list, because we'll want to do our Krogan and Turian buddies side quests as well. I do not remember where we find Tali stuff. I've never missed it, so it must be a place that's pretty hard to miss. So I'm not too worried about it. Oh, but yeah, where do I want to start next week? Oh, let's start, hey, you know what'd be fun? Let's start, so while I was off stream, Hackett called me to be like, hey, Shepard, we need your help again. We have a virtual intelligence that's like supposed to be training people on the moon. It went a little rogue. It's killing everybody. Could you just go like get rid of it for us? Please, okay, thanks, bye. So it would be fun. Let's start off our next stream a little closer to home. Let's go to Sol, which is our solar system. Oh yes, we have to do we're leaving the Citadel. Oh no, I need to sneeze. Nope, I'm in sneeze limbo. It's not happening for me. Wow. I had my thumb on the mute button ready to go. So yeah, what's fun? We can go to our own solar system and check stuff out, read about the planets and what they're doing. Pluto's one of Sol's numerous ice dwarf worlds, mainly of note for being gravitational anchor for the Prothean mass relay to Arcturus. Pluto and the Charon relay, formerly encased in ice and considered a moon, so that's the like lore there is that the Charon moon, with one of Pluto's moons, was actually a mass relay. That's how we ended up part of the galactic civilization, as we discovered this mass relay, figured out how to use it, and then got blasted into the middle of a galactic civilization that already existed and went, ah shit, and then there was a misunderstanding with the Turians. Because of that, because we just showed up and they were like, who the fuck are these guys? Attack! And we were like, we found a bunch of aliens and they're attacking us. Let's fight. And that was First Contact War. But yeah, anyway. But it's fun. You can get like little bits of lore from any of the planets that you look at, but there's something extra charming about it being stuff we already know about, but then we can learn more about in this universe. So I will, for detailed information, please refer to the standard issue Alliance Galactic Codex. Earth orbit is riddled with debris generated by bootstrap space development. Use of kinetic barriers is recommended at altitudes over 85 kilometers. So you just you get little bonus stuff. Anyway, here's our moon. An early source of helium-3, Luna is now mined for materials used in space habitat construction. 24 major stations have been constructed at Earth's L4 and L5 Lagrange points? I don't know how to say that. All from lunar resources. So there you go. Minus 53 degrees Celsius. A bit nippy then. Hey. Sometimes it gets that cold. Who should I? We want a tech team. Yeah, I think we want a tech and combat heavy team for this one because it's fighting a VI. And there's Earth. Okay, no messages from Hackett. I guess he's shy and he just wanted to do it all off stream. So, good thing I recorded one. I will drive us to the area. Oh no, I'll do that off stream because I can do a little exploring off stream. But yeah, I'll just leave us there with this beautiful look. It's Earth. Wow, lovely, beautiful. Yeah. Save the game proper. And then leave us with this. Shall I? Yeah, there we go. I was like, we don't need ambient Mako noise, but I'll leave us with ambient moon noise. Anyway, good to be back. Always gonna end up being longer streams, I feel like, with Mass Effect. I can't put it down. But I have. And I will see you guys next week with more Mass Effect. I'll try to get back to streaming on Mondays, on Monday mornings. It'll be a different game. I don't know what, though. Here's the thing. There's a good argument to be made for me going back to Phasmophobia for my Monday morning games because there has been so many updates since I last played. I have not played the new map, the new diner nap. I have not played... there's new ghosts now? They're new, what? So everything's different now, and I have played once, I think, with the new, equipment. So I am no longer an experienced Phasmophobia player. I am now back to being a little baby who doesn't know what she's doing. And so there is definitely an argument to be made for me going back to Phasmo and getting acquainted with the new updates. However, I kind of don't want to do that on my own, which would mean trying to maybe find a day where Saberni is free to do that. I've just, I don't know if she's still around, but if she is, I've put her on the spot. You do not have to agree to anything. So I'm tempted to do something else. I had on Mondays, and this was ages ago, I had on Mondays been working on, hey Saberni, hey. I had been working on my stepwells in Tailspire, so maybe I would go back. That seems like a chill thing to return to go back. I haven't been in Tailspire for a while, so it would be kind of cool to open that up again. And with something as simple and straightforward in terms of my plans for it as the stepwells, maybe that's a good chill thing to get me back in the groove of Monday streams. I also got a few new games, so I have thoughts about trying out some games on Monday mornings, maybe some of the idea is that my Monday morning streams are the more chill ones, so the more just vibes, but that being said, stuff that you don't have to have with something Mass Effect or, you know, Resident Evil. You know, the more like, they're kind of story-driven, kind of like, it's fun to watch week after week type streams. Those tend to be my Thursday night streams, where it's like, ooh, we're gonna experience the whole game together. Whereas like Monday, it's like, you can pop in and out. Who cares? You don't need to know. I don't need to recap. You don't need to know what's going on. We're just here for the vibes. So even though Phasmophobia maybe isn't a chill game, it is one you can pop in and out of pretty easily. Tailspire is super chill. My thought had been like, you know, at some point maybe doing a Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough on a Monday because it's a bigger game. So yeah, we'll try to make it more pop in and outable than something like, there's arguments to be made for it to be a Thursday game. I just think it's too big and I don't know it well enough to have it be a Thursday night game. I only do really big games as Thursday night games when I have played them before and I can, you know, I know what I can do off stream to streamline the story on stream. And I know what, in this case, I'm like, what side quests that I want you guys to see for either because I like them and think they're worth showing off, or they have like some sort of fun world building, or I think they give an idea of the kind of game we're playing, that kind of thing. So that's why today was mostly side quests, and you know, chatting, getting back to the groove of things, and catching everybody up on all the stuff going on and all that jazz. So, but my thought is like, if I was to play a game like Mass Effect or Baldur's Gate 3 or something like that, that is bigger, that I haven't played before and therefore can't figure out what would be good to play off stream and what would be good to play on stream, that those could be more chill Monday streams. I don't know. These are all just thoughts I've had in the new year of what to do with Monday streams. I also have some shorter games that I have to decide whether or not those would be Monday games, just for me games, or games to break up, Thursday night games to break up these longer games. So yeah, I have all kinds of thoughts there. So we'll see. I'll keep y'all posted on whether or not, oh geez, I elbowed stuff on my desk, whether or not I will be back for a Monday morning stream. I suspect yes, but sometimes when I'm getting back into the flow of things, I struggle to get ready on a Monday, so we'll see. Mondays are always my more sketchy, sometimes I miss them streams. I try to be more consistent with the Thursday streams when I'm not on hiatus and or chaos schedule, which I can tell you, this is perhaps too much notice, but I can tell you that sort of the latter half of March and pretty much all of April will be chaos stream and or full-on hiatus for me, because just so much will be going on. But that's not for a while. In the meantime, I should be back Thursday evenings for more Mass Effect, so I'll see you next week for more for us to do a couple more side quests and then start Pharos. In the meantime, the best way to keep appraised of my schedule, to know what's going on if I'm streaming on Monday, whether or not I'm missing any Thursdays when chaos schedules are happening, all that fun stuff, is to follow me on social media. I'm QuiteContraryTV everywhere on the internet, but if you prefer direct links, I do have a link tree that can take you to my Instagram, my Threads, my Blue Sky, my TikTok. If you like clips, my Instagram Reels and TikTok both have clips from streams if you want little bite-sized treats from my streams. And then my Threads, Blue Sky, and Instagram stories tend to be where I update on schedule changes. When I remember, I do update my Twitch story. I don't always remember to do that. But yeah, and I do have a link to my Twitter still. I don't really use my Twitter anymore, so it's not... You can follow me there if you want, just for funsies, but I don't really do anything with it anymore. But also on that link tree, but I will link directly here now, is my YouTube, also under QuiteContraryTV, where I post my VODs, so you can find all my past playthroughs of stuff over there. If you want to catch up on my previous two, it's been such a long break, you want to catch up on my previous two Mass Effect streams, you can do that there. All my Dragon Age streams. Want to watch me get very, very scared playing horror games, I have various horror games up over there as well. They're all basically unedited. I mostly just cut out my breaks and shorten my intro and outro screens. So yeah, so you can basically see everything you missed over there. But if that's not your jam over on YouTube, if you go to YouTube not wanting to watch 2 to 5 hours of a stream VOD, and you want something more succinct, more polished, something to have your dinner to that's like 20 minutes, I do have another YouTube channel with my friends called Polychrome, where we play video games together, we talk about nerdy stuff, we review things, it's a good time, you should check it out. It's just something we do in our spare time, so it doesn't update often, but check back every once in a while, give it a subscribe so you get notifications when stuff does pop up, because I am quite proud of the stuff that's on there. I think it's a lot of fun. And if you like the people that you see over there and you're wondering if they have Twitch channels, they do. So you can find them and follow them all here. For the most part, they're very casual streamers. They'll pop up every once in a while. I would say particularly Cinema Buns and Ventana PNX are we don't know when we will see them again. They have a new baby, so that's what they're focused on right now. But everyone else is more casual. Venomous Goat TV is a little more of a regular streamer. He tends to stream on Sunday evenings, and he usually alternates what game he's playing, so there's always something fresh going on there. And then Robodude TV streams. Oh, hey, let's shout them out individually. This is Venomous Goat TV. Frostpunk 2. Robodude TV streams every other Sunday afternoon, every other Monday evening, and every other Friday afternoon. He works every other week, so he has a week where he streams 3 times a week, and then a week where he doesn't stream at all. So yeah, you should check him out. I don't know if the VOD for his Christmas special was out. I don't think he's back yet from his Christmas break. But his VOD for his, if the VOD for his Christmas special is still up, you should check that out, because that's a good way to tell what kind of vibe he has, because he's a very like energetic variety streamer. Plays a lot of like shorter games, but also sometimes does like viewer interaction stuff, sometimes makes music, just all kinds of stuff over there. So I do recommend checking him out. Is that it? Is that all I have to say? Again, I'm getting back into the groove of streaming, so I don't remember what I have to do. I think that is everything. I think that's, yep, I said the YouTubes, I said the socials. Okay, perfect. That's everything I gotta say. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, morning, evening, night, whatever time it might be for you, and that you take care of yourselves, and I hope to see you again. Thanks for watching. Bye!